usually do, but the rest tend to lurk, you know?
Yeah, we get a few lurkers. Speaking of lurkers, hi everyone. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos. We are just getting ourselves set up. You might as well see it rather than just getting an empty screen. We are joined by Krendar, as always.
Hello?
And we have a new face, or rather voice. We're joined by Krendar, as always. Whoa,
Hello.
whoa, 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 a new face, or rather voice.
Hello.
Yes, sorry about that, man. You're going by Ezreal here on Discord. Is there another name you prefer?
I also go by True Whopper, but either one works. I've been called Whopper, I've been called True, I've been called Ezreal. I'm used to all three of them.
Okay, then I guess we'll just stick with Ezreal because it's on the damn title.
Ezreal of the Honorable Clown Guard.
Hong Kong. I'd say Hong Kong, but that's a little bit too close to whoop whoop, and I don't want to throw shade off.
By the way, Ezreal, small suggestion, maybe you could try lowering your mic gain a little bit, because you sound like you're peaking out a little.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, one sec.
We can turn you back up on Discord side if we need to, but maybe not quite that much.
Well, at least you're coming through on the stream. So
actually, I don't know if that's him talking or me hearing myself echo.
Oh, you'd have been hearing yourself echo there, but I've muted the stream again. I just always have the stream up so I can A, type myself, and B, get feedback on the sound.
Oh yeah, I always have your stream up as well, or my stream when I'm streaming, but I always mute it.
How's my audio level now?
A lot better.
Much better.
You're not peeking out anymore. Perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna play Last Stand, all three of us, and for a little bit, and then we'll go and play the campaign. Lasto Stando. Level 1. What the fuck? No. No.
Low energy. It says you're offline on Steam Friends.
Which
Steam Friends is fucky like that.
Yeah.
Low energy. Just whatever works for me is you just open up your friends list and I think you might have to hit a login button on that individually.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let me.
I don't understand how you can be online on Steam but not be online on the Steam friends list.
Maybe it's like a privacy thing, maybe. But I didn't change it.
Yeah, no, it happens to me all the time.
Friends. Log out, manage friends.
Every time I wake the computer up from sleeping, it seems to sign me out of the friends list these days.
That sounds logical.
View friend list offline. I mean, so I am offline. What the
logical
fuck
within its own illogicalness.
Welcome to hell. I will be your guide.
Yay.
By the way, guys, I came up with a great new band name today.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Unnecessary Limestone.
Ooh. It's both pretentious and catchy.
I've been playing a lot of that game Satisfactory lately.
What do you make?
Reminds me of my
Yo.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
Your thought train just derailed mid-sentence.
Yep.
Yeah, it's same with me. You're gonna get through, but I tend to fill it up with endless like.
I mean, that sort of thing is just
I turn into a Josh Whedon
being the host of a stream.
Yeah, and I'm not like naturally built for it, so I just tend to
try to concentrate on a couple things at once. It happens to me a lot too. I'll be trying to tell a story about something, and I'm doing some gameplay, and it's derailing my story.
Well, we've got
the two things at once.
Well, I'm currently online now, so Ezreal, you might as well send the
invite again.
The invite.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry about that. There you go. So I did tell my RPG server to maybe check out the stream. I don't know if they'll catch it, but if they are, can I convince them now to join the greater good?
One hopes. Yeah, I always post the stream on my Discord server as well, but the thing is, most of my viewers are one of my usual viewers does streams herself when I'm not streaming.
Mm.
So the others are probably watching her already. But we'll see.
I've spammed about like 5 or 6 different Discords and also my Facebook as well. So hopefully that's a wide enough net to get 1 or 2 people.
I've got a bunch that I do as well.
I'm
going live for myself. I
do
Twitter
Necron.
and like
just
7 or 8 Discords.
Your character is available to purchase through Steam. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, one in Tau are DLCs for like $10 each.
Sorry, Tau and who?
Is kind of
10
Tau and
$10. Well, I've already got some stats on this captain for the Space Marines, so I guess I'll.
You know what? That's okay, because if I'm in the mood to play Necrons, I can just load up Gladius.
Yeah, that's true.
They're actually my favorite of the original 4 races in that game, because they've got the passive health regen.
Hi, Skip.
Which is quite nice.
For once, you're seeing me this week that I'm not shit-faced. Last few streams I've been doing, I've been somewhat shit-faced or I've been completely shit-faced. Like last Wasted Wednesday, I was just flame fleur.
Oh yeah,
it was impressive. It's been a long time since I was that plastered. I downed the bottle of shit.
How's it going there, Skeptical Jesus? How you doing today?
Let's go with the Nova Marines because their uniform destroys too hard.
By the way, I have absolutely no idea what kind of abilities my character is going to have, so let's just say fuck it and wing it.
The War General is very squishy. You'll want to probably stay in cover. Each of his different
that'll be hard with a melee weapon.
Yeah,
but that's okay. I got some awesome armor and stuff, so.
Yeah, okay, that's good then if you have armor. His main thing as you level him up is he builds his own army. Like he'll deploy a giant turret that offers fortifications and he'll call in waves of guardsmen to help him out.
That's awesome. I don't know where I got this gear that he's got, but maybe it's
you start with
campaign.
Everybody has some level 1 starting gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
all right, you guys ready?
Quality though?
Mm-hmm.
There's also 2 pieces of war gear each that are unlocked through achievements. I do not remember off memory what those are.
Achievements? Well, we're not getting those then.
Yeah. Behold, as we desperately try to just survive. I have a feeling that you're going to be propping us up there, man.
Well, I have group teleportation and healing.
I don't know why you think the level 1 and level 2 guy are going to be greatly helped by the level 15 guy.
Okay, so I guess we're good to go then?
All the war gear.
Yep, it's counting down.
There we are.
I don't know why the chat disappeared. I haven't had to do that before. But all right, there are 2 capture points. All capturing them does is increase your score modifier. Score does not affect experience gain. Experience gain is entirely which wave you survive to.
So what you're telling us is the capture points do literally nothing.
Nothing unless you're going for a high score.
Scores
are score does nothing, right?
Yeah, no, it just puts you on a leaderboard that no one looks at.
Considering there's like 400 people currently online, I'm pretty sure no one cares.
I wouldn't care if 50,000 people were looking at it.
I don't know any of them hot.
I'm still capturing one.
It's there. We might as well.
I guess I'll capture this one.
Yeah,
then.
just
the enemies of
don't go dying for these things.
I don't have any abilities yet. I need abilities.
Wee.
Come here, lads. I will stab you in the face. Where am I going?
Smashy, smashy. Or you can blasty, blasty. It's all the same.
I'm sorry. That is my one offensive ability. Everything else I have is support for you two. Oh no.
Support.
We're going up against Nids. Oh my god, the blind grenade sucks.
I believe the blind grenade will stop shooters from being able to shoot.
Yeah, but every time I throw them, they're already going inside my arc.
Gotta lead your shots.
I know.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I got some abilities at some point.
I'm sure you will.
Every time you level up, you get one new ability. There are no empty levels.
Well, that's something
Good.
at least. What's a
Fuck Diablo
cap
3 for
out
that.
at? What does a cap out at? Do you know?
Ooh, I'm sorry, what is what?
What does a cap out at?
What's the max level?
Yeah.
Oh, the max level is 20.
Oh.
Here, I'll get these ones, I guess.
There we go.
I'll keep these guys off your arses. Filthy Eldar scum. I mean,
Stinky little knife ears.
Don't
There
tell
you
the
go,
Farseer I
Space
said
Marine
that.
friend.
And Space Marine's not feeling too good right now.
Yeah.
I believe with your bolter you're good at range, so stick to cover, and I gave you an invisibility fee.
Is there no healing item?
No, you will heal over time.
Shit.
There's also 2 buildings on this map. You can use them as cover and shoot through the window.
So I have to say, it's funny that you described my character as being squishy, considering I'm apparently the tank of the group right now.
I'm sorry, I usually play him as a sniper. Oh boy, our first mini-boss.
Was it Diomedes?
Where? I don't see him.
Let me just cast...
Come on, heal up.
Of course, even if I had taken a sniper rifle, I still would have had the same armor. Come to think of it. Unless there's something about this sword that's affecting that.
It shouldn't. I don't remember what the sword does off the top of my head, though.
I just remember it had the best damage rating out of all my available options.
I had a feeling that if I got the bolter, then I'd be feeling close combat, but it seems to be doing a good enough job.
You'll be fine. Space Marine is probably the most versatile character.
Yeah, that's probably why I picked a little bit of everything.
Is he like a tactical marine?
Right now, yeah.
You get various kinds of armor. You can eventually get a jump pack or devastator weapon.
Oh, yeah. Those are both great options. That's one of the things I really enjoyed in Space Marine was when you got the jump pack.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I think there was only 2 sections with it, but man, they milked it good.
There was 2 sections, then you got the heading up to the spire at the top.
Yeah, and in the second section you had a thunder hammer at the same time.
That's right. Oh, also, it's the first time ever I've seen like fuel being addressed out of fuel, and then he drops it. It's just an excuse in the story that he can't carry it.
Yeah, it's just an excuse for why the game's taking the pack away from you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how much you use the pack, it'll last until that moment.
Mm-hmm. I love the rhythm of that game. Every time you could... shit, I'm gonna die if you don't stay in there.
Everything felt very visceral, too. Like
yeah.
The attacks and the way... They would do, like, the dramatic action pause for effect once in a while.
Mm.
Like, just that half-second pause as you smash a face in or something.
It did kind of drain on you after a while, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind
Good stun.
I was really kind of... You know, you kind of got burnt out with it. No matter how much you enjoyed it, just after a while, you're like, okay, another horde of the same enemies, doing the same things over and over again.
Sometimes those battles got pretty intense and long.
Mm. Especially once the Chaos Marines showed up.
I'm just sad they never got to do a sequel because they obviously wanted to.
Oh crap!
Oh yeah.
What?
I don't even...
Stick bombers. They ran up and grenaded me.
Oh shit! Get your knobs off my face. No.
That's what she said.
Mom?
Even if they can see you, you get like 20% damage reduction while you're in the invisibility field.
Okay, cool.
All right, now let's group up and get out of here.
Where'd you go? Oh, here. Cool.
Where the hell did I go?
Warp spiders.
Oh,
Fantastic.
click your picture to center the camera.
Why am I over here suddenly?
I teleported you.
We did not consent to that.
You gotta ask for a girl's consent first. Jeez.
Yeah,
sorry,
we
I was
had the same joke going.
I'm just standing in the middle of the arena, and then suddenly I'm gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Down I go.
That's also what she said.
Yeah. And that one was consensual.
And down I go.
Don't worry, I got this. Just gonna teleport us up to the top of the map and then revive you too.
Now that's a smart tactic. I like that.
I've seen
That's
smarter.
what I call a medevac right there.
But technically, that make the Farseer mash.
Yes.
Good, because now I've got the song stuck in my head.
Alright, however, I do need backup now.
Man, that was a good show.
Did you ever see the final episode where he loses his mind?
No.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't think
spoil.
so.
I'm not gonna spoil that, but let's just say the shit gets real.
I mean, you already spoiled it a little bit.
Context is needed. I can cock tease, but I don't need to show the whole hog, you know.
Oh, I do not have any anti-armor on this build.
Same, of course.
And you know us level 1 and 2 newbies don't.
Yeah.
I think we're fucked now, lads.
We'll be fine. I got it. Get into the cloaky field.
I want to take out the zone trope. I do not trust the zone trope.
Now there are. Now there's not.
Oh, crap. Oh, well. I was trying to teleport us all away from the melees.
Zone trope. Fuck you, zone trope.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
Mass
Beginning of the
confusion.
end now.
That helps.
And down I go. All up to you, Shiny McShiny.
Nope. I was gonna try and teleport us out again.
It is a nice trick when it works.
Okay, that was a... Would have been cooler if we got 10 for a nice double figure, but, you know, we leveled up. That's something.
You should have some new war gears, though.
Yeah, we got... don't know exactly what we'll get.
Let me see what it
Plasma
is.
pistol. So it clearly wants me to go all close quarters.
Now, be sure to read the passives that the items give you, as I believe the plasma pistol increases your melee damage by 30%.
Well, let's have a gander then. Change war gear. Okay, range weapon 3.5. Grand straight corroding. Grand straight combat expert. Shots fired from this weapon will reduce enemy armor for a short period of time. Equipping this weapon will also increase the damage for all attacks from the Space Marine. Okay. So it's a chainsaw. Alright.
Yeah, there we go. I have a refractor field now.
Sweet.
Yeah, one of my locked accessories is a melee damage bonus, which I get for killing 2,500 enemies as the Lord General. Yeah.
Who needs an army when you are an army?
I know, right?
Of course, in the 40k universe, 2,500 enemies is a small skirmish.
Yeah, it's called duelist honors. So that apparently you get honors by killing almost 3,000 things.
Are your new items all set?
Yep.
I'm set.
I'm good to go.
All right.
Let's see, can we
Not
get...
sure how much damage reduction my refractor field gives, but it's something.
This time I'm going to try a little harder on the carry front, get you guys some levels. Game will start in 20.
Okay.
We got some inspirational music to listen to as we wait.
I can hear a clock counting down, but I can't hear any music.
Well, the music's ironically stopped right after I said that.
Ah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. I hate getting older. Alcohol should be my friend, not my enemy.
Yeah, right?
Whee! I believe WA is what they're mostly talking about. WA.
Talking about that wah.
All
Talking
about that
about
WA.
wah.
That WA.
Like a crystal in the sun or something like that. Big hands, I know you're the one.
We're bringing Daka back.
I thought the refractor field was going to be a toggle, but I guess not.
Look at my chunky ass slowly catching up to this. Guys, wait up!
Did you just scare them? Someone caused the Termagants to fear.
Eh.
That just happens sometimes when you kill a bunch, I think.
Mm.
It was happening last round, too.
Wave 3. Damn, that's a lot of dead guardians. Charge!
Hey, Eldar, do you care to hear about the greater good? No!
Hey, come on, we're the Empire. We're the Imperium. We're supposed to be the ones proselytizing to people.
Well, we are. We're telling them about the joys of human ingenuity in the form of our weaponry in their face.
Well, I'm red,
Pet,
so clearly I'm just a far side enclave.
Which, depending on the plot, can mean you support anything.
Your Gwen drone makes me want to have my own minions.
Yeah.
Oh, you will get them.
I'm a
believe the
Lord
first you
General
get is
of
Guardsmen.
none right now.
I'm a
Unless you
lone
guys
wolf who doesn't work well with others.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the corner, just being broody.
Get Mr. Jetpack over here stuck outside the map.
Oh, did you see, what's his name died? Ian Holmes.
Who's that?
He's the guy who played Bilbo in The Hobbit. Not The Hobbit.
Bilbo's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, this little battery I deploy gives you massive energy regeneration, so feel free to spam all your ability.
I will feel free to spam my one ability.
I got two, because I'm special.
So special you get your own bus.
It's a short bus, who isn't in the chat right now, because that joke would have worked better if it did. Actually, I haven't seen Short Bus on the stream in a while now.
It'd be funny if he was lurking and you saying that made him, brought him out.
It could happen. Short Bus, if you are hiding in a distant sense or in the distant future, do make yourself known.
And that Tau guy over there is OP.
I'm sorry. Let me just hide my gun drone in the corner and make him feel bad about what he's done.
But he's a good boy.
He will sit in the corner and think about what he's done. because melee characters can't reach him there.
Yeah. He's a sweet boy. Killing everybody in the name of the Emperor.
Boop. Wave 6. Wave 7. Are they the same enemies each time?
Yes, but they change which gates they come out of.
Okay.
Mixing it up.
Oop.
Sadly, there are only 2 arenas, and the other one has vehicles right out the gate. So that
Gross.
the good news is it doesn't have the infamous boss fight that this one has around wave 13 or 14.
That is a very sneaky place for your drone, actually.
Oh, it used to be worse. As the mech boy, you used to be able to teleport to that big structure way down outside the map to the south.
Out of
So they
bounds.
just teleport there with heavy weapons and just gun everything down.
Yeah, I bet they fixed that real quick.
Yep.
They fixed that, but they didn't fix the glitches on the campaign that sometimes stop your objectives from being updated.
You don't need objectives.
Objectives are optional.
Show some initiative, man.
Where we're going, we don't need objectives.
Yeah.
Hey, we did. We survived that time.
Yay! You just
I can't
glitched
imagine
it.
how we pulled that off.
Jinxed it.
Oh, this is
Like we
going to
have
be a
some
nightmare.
incredibly overpowered ringer on our side this time.
Summer Slaying.
Hello, goodbye.
Just got that achievement.
You killed Summer? It's
Yeah.
not very nice. Who's gonna be our weird psychic person in outer space now?
I was thinking more the dude from who did You Deserve an Oscar.
You deserve an Oscar.
I showed Metal Monkey that not yesterday, the day before, for the first time. The face he gave was just priceless. It looked like he was just told he has to eat a turd sandwich.
That's most people's reactions to that.
I also showed him cheesecake as well.
I typed a note to myself, but the infamous boss fight is going to be spawning in the West Gate.
Okay.
Again, I
actually
forget
kinda
if
like
it's
the cheesecake
13
song.
or 14.
I kind of like
Whichever
Cheesecake
one it
Girl. I
is.
think she's that nice level of cutesy and thick.
Yeah, she looks quite nice.
Can't sing for shit.
No, I mean, there's a lot of people out there much worse than her, though.
Oh, absolutely. Like Most Summers, for example. But still, did you ever see the follow-up one of that?
You can have your most Summers. I'll take Summer Glau instead.
Oh no! I'm down!
Shit. This escalated quickly.
Also
It's
down.
not bad for me.
Down.
It's
Anyways,
okay.
I did see her follow-up song where she was all sad about people hating on the song.
Yeah. Well, she was. If she got tons of hate. Oh, bollocks. Look how close we were to get leveling up. Aw. I always hate it when it's just by that much. You know? So close.
Dalian Crimson increases damage by some vague amount. Wasn't that nice?
No real point-changing war gear.
That's one thing that annoys me a bit when games do things like they're like, "Hey, this reduces the damage you take. Hey, this, this increases the damage you do. Yeah, but by how much?
At least here it'll tell us.
What?
Here it should tell us in the stats bar to the upper right.
I don't know what a stats bar to the number. Oh, up there. Okay. Well, I guess but it'd still be nice if they told you on the item itself.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
refractor field, it won't tell me that because it's not passive. Let's see. Okay, it goes from 19 to 24 for my damage. That's pretty good. But refractor field, I don't know how much that does.
Give me 1 second. You're the Lord General, right?
Uh-huh. I'm just saying it's bad tooltips for the game.
Oh, refractor field halves incoming damage.
Okay, nice.
I'm getting a bit cold. Actually, hang on. I just gotta quickly go and shut my window.
No problem.
Right. Got a new handle for that. I've still got to install. The damn thing's falling apart. Right. Good to go.
Aye.
Oh, give me 1 sec. Sorry, I was looking over the Lord General item. All right, sure, why
Ready
not?
it up?
I'll play Tyrant.
The picture of the tyrant there looks like a liquor from Resident Evil.
And you play a lot of Last Stand, don't you?
Yeah,
I used to.
I always just thought this was just a gimmicky, tacked-on thing. I never really paid it much heed.
I mean, it is, but if it's something you enjoy, then
Absolutely.
You know.
I mean, like, I knew there was people who played it.
I mostly played for the skirmish mode because I was an RTS nut. I didn't really play for the campaign. Last Stand was fun, and I enjoyed the mechanics and the building your own hero thing. And they released something that they called the Last Standalone. So instead of paying like $60 for Retribution, you could just pay $5 and get just the Last Stand. So I talked my friends into buying that. So when the only mode they could play is this.
I mean, that's good value for money.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, up we go. I think I'm going to start streaming more throughout the week. Got a lot of because we're nearly done with this, and I can't imagine the DP RPG is going to be too much longer. So I've got a lot of openings, and I've got a lot of games I haven't finished. So
You've gotten pretty far through it already, have you?
I've got about 6 out of 10 Brett keys.
Nice.
So
Have you found me yet?
I don't think so. No, I would have noticed if you'd have popped up. So I'm still looking. I got my ass kicked by I got my ass kicked up by Sargon on Wednesday.
Make sure you've got a PT hamburger on you.
Because
I'm gonna want one.
Wait, what game is this? The Drunken Peasants RPG?
Yeah.
Yeah. Been playing it for the past few weeks.
There's references to both of us in it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
Nice.
Skep has been the only person to chat tonight. He gives tons of advice when I'm playing. When he made the damn thing.
Oh, he's tossing out spoilers, huh?
He kind of does, but I'm not complaining.
I mean, there's some things in there that are pretty obscure. That there's multiple little side objectives that I have never figured out.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm not going to be getting 100% on it. Like the books, for example, to give to Jack and Glenn. I'm not really going to go out of my way to... If I find them, sure. But, or June's teddy
I found
bears.
a bunch of them, but not certainly not all of them. There's actually more teddy bears than you need.
Oh, cool.
I found 5.
I'm surprised you didn't do the teddy bear thing with Teddy Rupskin instead Shoe. And I thought that...
I don't know. I think it makes more sense this way.
Force Commander!
Although I like some of the more subtle, ones as well, like there's a reference to Spirit Flame hidden inside the store.
Or I like how Gale is like surrounded by wine bottles and cats.
Yeah, yeah. She's like a drunken cat lady.
Something tells me she doesn't drink, but whatever pills she does or she doesn't take, she either doesn't take the pills and then all shit is up.
In Gale's case, it's about not taking the pills to mess her up.
Yeah, that's what the Gale commandments are all about. You have to take
because you don't want that
drugs.
yeast infection to get to your brain. You know.
I think it's a bit late for that for her. Also, I don't know if she has cats. I don't think I've ever seen a cat. I've definitely seen her pussy.
Wrong kind.
I wish I didn't.
What's that, Whopper?
Wrong kind of cat.
Yeah.
Well, she shared her fur with the first lady though, so that's generous of her.
She never actually did send that shit. Thank God. I mean, technically that...
I'm actually a little disappointed, although she would probably be in jail if she did.
Yeah.
So, and that's no good for anybody.
Especially because, she recorded doing it, so had she gone ahead and do it, someone must have just talked her out of it.
Or maybe she got distracted by a flying burrito and forgot to send it.
Do you remember when she, the storm was coming to Florida and she was using the Gale shield to stop it?
Yeah.
And she's kind of wandering around. It kind of reminds you... Oh, I showed Metal Monkey also the Cloud Disappear guy. And we had an argument over exactly how is it spelled.
Clued.
Is it Clued or Claude? And I'm like, yeah, we all say it's Clued.
It's definitely Clued.
It's definitely Clued.
Skeptical Jesus knows what's up. He figured out how to spell it.
Yeah. Clued Disappear.
Oh dear. I'm taking a vast amount of damage. If only there was a gigantic hulking Xeno to take it all for me.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have knockback on every auto attack.
Nice.
So I can't really hurt things. I can just stop them from setting up.
I'm okay with that when it's a giant like weapons platform. Sure.
When it's a thing that has to set up, yes.
Now, where's our heavy bolter squad?
I would love to know.
That'll make life so much easier.
I want all the heavy bolters everywhere.
And boom. There we go. I'm gonna box in this zone trope. Cause fuck that shit.
Ezreal, slap down your unruly cousins.
Hot nid on nid action.
Oh yeah.
Stab each other with your barb. What's a proboscis? Yeah. Prokipskis. I like that. Prokipskis. I word good.
You do.
Okay. Nitty nitty. Wave 9. Oh, you're all close combat too? What are the odds?
Better than you think.
I'm about to die.
It's only so much the refractor field can do.
Yeah. Doesn't help that my super powerful armor is apparently made out of tissue paper.
I know, right? It's like the Star Wars movies. Stormtrooper armor is supposed to be really strong, but they all die to one blaster bolt each.
They actually addressed that in an episode of Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rex, who from the old Clone Wars one, he can't stand the armor because it's completely useless, and they get shot and almost die. And he actually says that he's like, this armor doesn't do anything. Which it does. I mean, think about it. Like the Ewoks took them out, for fuck's sake. They have sticks.
When you said that they addressed it, I thought you meant that they explained why it's like that.
No, but it's even acknowledged by, like, say, old clone troopers that it's just made out of toilet paper. It kind of reminds me of like when you get a pack of like a chocolate tray.
So close.
At least he heals every time he attacks.
Nice.
As long as you keep attacking, you can stay alive.
Q to immediately not having anything close to him to attack right after you said that.
Dead.
Ah, well.
We lived as we died.
Oh, you should have some good abilities now.
I have refractor field.
No, I mean, I think you should have gotten a new war gear from that.
Let's have a look. Parable of the Stalwart Brother. 1.5 health regeneration.
I got armor.
Nice. I wanted
okay,
like a...
So
I'm
less protected, but I can make a turret.
You want that. You definitely want that.
Yeah. I want to play this for about an hour. We're coming on to the 42 minutes mark, and then we can switch over.
Yeah, we can do like one or two more matches.
Yeah, that's about 2 matches there, another 15 more minutes. And then we can switch over to the campaign.
I'm ready to tarantula turret some people.
Hell yeah. Spamming turrets is how I play most of them. Well, I want to switch
on the one hand, my armor is like 2/3 as useful as it was before, but on the other hand, I have a turret.
I'm good as I am.
And then we'll finish playing this, and then we'll go back to the campaign where I have a turret.
Everyone has turrets.
Good old Tech Marine.
Martellus, who totally did not betray the Imperium.
Absolutely.
Just like the way Diomedes is alive and well.
Don't know what you're talking about. Why wouldn't he be? Wink.
So I'm just trying to remember what the heck I took on this guy.
Whatever you like, that's what.
Oh, either of you read the Wheel of Time books?
I used to.
They're now they're renewing the not renewing. They're returning to film the TV show in I think it's in Czechoslovakia. Usually, like one of the tax haven places like Czechoslovakia or Bulgaria, and they're renewing that next month. So we should still get the first season out by the end of the year. We're really lucky.
Well, the benefit to having that as a TV show is you can just look at a door rather than having him describe the door to you for 2.5 pages.
or have a bunch of characters that you won't remember the name, and yet they're meant to be really important, but they're not, because he just...
No, that's that reminds me of Lord of the Rings.
Maybe the Silmarillion, yeah. Onwith gave way to Eloweth, gave way... It's just the fucking Old Testament.
Tolkien did that more with places than people.
There are entire genealogy lines said in the same style as the Bible. I
don't remember the Silmarillion, but I know in the actual Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, he really loved the world.
Every single time they went to a new place, he'd be like, "Oh, and then they went to this place, which was known by men as this, but known to dwarves as this, but the elves called it that."
Yeah. Before it was desecrated by the goblins and corrupted.
Can you not throw 3 different names for every location at me and expect me to remember them all, please?
And let's be honest, it's always implied that the elf one is correct. Like at all times.
Of course, it's the correct one. They're elves. Come on. Get with the program.
But
also, I like the fact that my hotkey to summon my turret is T. T for tarantula and T for turret.
You said that like it was bloody...
crap, I picked wrong staff.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well.
Is there a wrong staff, though? Really?
I thought I took the teleport staff.
I'm helping.
Yeah, it's a good thing I had a turret because I got my ass stunned there, apparently.
Anyway, when I do this, any damage you deal while in this will heal you equal to the damage you deal.
Oh, nice.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy it for 50 cents. I'm poor and cheap.
And now I have this pitiful, crappy little... Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll grow bigger someday.
Yeah.
Especially around demonettes.
Yep.
Good luck getting through the reinforced chastity belt. The Emperor protects.
The Emperor cock blocks, more like. Oh, on the endless saga of weird people who pop into my chat, my stalker has been replaced now with something else. Phishing to porn websites.
Oh, nice.
Fun.
I've been getting some of that in my comments.
Yeah, it's like sexy girl. They give you like a timestamp and then sexygirls.com.
Uh-huh.
Like, what the fuck is that all about?
I don't know, but I've got 2 or 3 of them.
I mean, it's clearly like a bot or...
Yeah. Have you also been getting a bunch of ones that are just to say, love it,
yeah,
love it? Like
love the video, yeah, and you click on them and they have like a 40,000 subscriber account, but no videos.
But it's not love the video, it's always loved it. Letter for letter, the same every time.
All right, where's the Force Commander?
Here he is, getting shot up by the turret.
Him.
Turret! No! You're only 2 days away from turret retirement.
Turretment.
Turretment.
Get that blood field up or whatever the hell it's called. Never mind, it don't seem to need it after all.
Yeah. I'm busy stabbing shit.
Hammer I see. Kill Mr. Smashy Hammer Man.
You know what this reminds me of?
Oh no, he's on our side.
Did you ever play Tekken?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I think it was Tekken 4. There was this sort of wave, game mode where you went through different like rooms and buildings and you fought waves of just generic minions, but then the bosses would be characters from the base game.
Yeah, the Tekken arcade mode.
Yeah, I always loved that. I remember I got that I remember I got that for Christmas, and I was just in bed playing that for hours with like some Christmas candy, and I just did not give a shit. God.
Beat over the trash cans, eat the turkey.
Yeah, chicken. You remember that? It would just say randomly chicken. Smashy, smashy.
I could never get into those 3D fighting games like Tekken.
What about
Two
2D?
fighters I really got into were
Virtua Fighter,
Bloody
yeah.
Roar.
I'll tell you one like
I
always
tried Bloody Roar.
one I always wanted to get into, but I never. When I did play it, I just didn't like it. Was Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Like I really
Soul
like the
Calibur was
idea
very
of it.
pretty, but I just don't like the gameplay of those types. I prefer the 2D like Street Fighter-y styles ones.
I was always into Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I hate Mortal Kombat.
Really?
I played
Terrible.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Well, Marvel vs. Capcom is essentially Street Fighter.
Street Fighter on steroids.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it's more or less the same engine kind of thing. Like it's the same style, fighting style. Well, I like the third one where you get Deadpool in and he actually beats his special is to beat people with his special meter.
Rips the special meter out of the ground and home runs them with it.
Not out of the ground, like rips it out of the rips it out of the UI.
I always loved what was it called? Was it Primal Rage?
Also, he does Dragon Punch while yelling Shoryuken.
Was it Primal Rage?
Primal Rage?
Where it was like post-apocalyptic and these mutated animals were battling each other. But I always loved like the little humans down at the base that were worshipping them. Like the little cavemen. Yep. That was great.
That was good.
Working on a sequel that never saw the light of day.
Yeah, I heard that. Shame, because it was just stupid fun. But even like the maps, like if you ever look at the maps, they're really well done. You're usually too busy farting as a giant red monkey, but still.
What else are you gonna do? Come on.
I also would like them to remake Rampage as well.
I thought they were making a new one, aren't they?
Made a movie.
Oh, the movie sucked.
Game based off.
That's what I'm thinking of.
I actually watched the movie on an airplane, and I halfway through it, I just started looking out the window. It was more interesting.
My favorite is when an airline decides that one of the in-flight movies they should play is a movie about plane crashes.
Yeah, the joke from The Simpsons where it's like Alive is filming as being played on the plane.
Yeah, that shit actually happens. It's hilarious.
Yeah, or they always change them as well. Like I remember the first time I watched Waterworld, I was like a kid.
I need a revive.
Oh shit!
Hold on, dealing with Zoanthrope.
Where are you?
Oh, come click me.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
I'm dealing with Zoanthrope.
Diomedes will take on the Zoanthrope.
Die, Zoanthrope, die! There we go.
Allied sorcerer. We should be shot for allying with a sorcerer.
We should.
Wizard!
Eh?
What, his loss?
I don't know. He said half a sentence, then stopped. I don't know what's going on. Did we lose him?
Here they come, the noob trap.
Doppel West.
Well, I am dead as hell.
That's a note for my.
Oh, yeah, I get what, yeah. I recall.
He might be having some comms issues.
Yeah, the Vox is a bit iffy right now. Of course, when is the Vox ever good?
I know, right? The Eldar are interfering with the Vox. It's no bueno.
They probably do that. I like I was watching the Arch Warhammer video on the Second Armageddon War, and orcs have communication interference. What they do is they just scream into the microphone on all frequencies as loud as possible,
That makes a lot of sense.
and it kind of works. Like you're trying to tune in and get order, and all you hear is whoa.
Yeah, you can't hear the other guy because the orcs are louder. That's beautiful, actually.
But that must mean there's like hundreds of orcs whose sole job is just to scream into microphones. It's great.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, you 10 are on this frequency. You 10 are on this frequency.
10? That's a big number for an orc.
I know, right?
You lot. There's a lot, and then there's lots that aren't as much of a lot.
Well, yeah, it's you lot, but I was translating. I was translating to Low Gothic.
I don't like plasma marines. They penetrate armor.
We are in a bad place.
Oh god! They grenaded my building.
Watch out for that.
I could use a revive
Same.
when able. There's too many scouts.
Oh no, and then there was me.
Turret.
No, I'm toast.
Oh, that's fine.
Aww. What
Didn't
do
have
you
enough
say?
energy
One
for
more
both the
go,
shield
or
and the turret.
one more go, or do you want to leave it there?
I could do one more.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Since you're level 5, I think you may have gotten your first commander item.
Hope
Find
so.
out.
Lamar's blessing, healing aura. The blessing or Laramon's increases the health regenerative.
I think Lamar is funnier.
Lamar of the were.
Oh, I didn't hit level 5, so I didn't get shit.
Oh, well, we will in the next
I'm
one.
100 XP away.
Aqua.
But yeah, if you equip the commander item, it gets its own special slot.
Sweet.
Sexy.
I know. I was gonna say something related to a special slot, but then of course, Krendar beat me to it. You snooze, you don't ooze. I say that when I'm looking at my Space Marine that's holding not one but 2 phallic objects.
Well, he's got 2 hands, doesn't he?
Yeah. Especially the plasma gun. That looks like something you could get on like Bad Dragon.
Well, it will be now.
Womp, 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 womp. Oh, it's pulsating.
Ready when you lads are.
Yarp.
Oh, right. And yeah, this will be my last one.
That's cool about it. I'm quite okay with it. Afterwards, you're welcome to stick about and we can just chat about whatever.
All right.
We should. I don't think we're gonna finish the Space Marine campaign today because you've got what, about another hour? You there, Krendar, more or less, right?
Nah, ish.
Yeah. But we should be able to get the bulk of it done, and then next time we play this, it'll be we'll be able to finish the Space Marine campaign, at least in theory. Also, if you know anyone else who wants to pop into the this chat in the future, send them up my way. I'm always looking
right,
to.
I don't know anybody off the top of my head, but if it comes up, yeah.
Yeah. I'm always looking to diversify.
Yes, that was completely back.
Just don't go too crazy on the diversity hires.
Yeah, we need affirmative action. So you know, I suppose if you know any black people, they're definitely getting on. Or Hispanics. or Asian.
So what you're telling me is you're getting Hannibal and Monty in here.
If they fucking want to come on, like,
either that or G-Man.
Hannibal and Monty for now. Like, let's not go too crazy. Speaking of G-Man, I saw the Geek Room posted a video about him. I'm gonna check that out once we're done here. Something about him having a daughter, but I didn't know he even had sex.
I'm just as surprised as you are.
Yeah. Maybe he adopted from a so that there couldn't be any starving kids in Africa.
Although, as to the whether or not he had sex comment, all I have to say is ow, 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 ow.
I was just gonna point out the whole Shani thing.
Ugh.
You can't have this.
Terrifying.
You can't have this chocolate ass.
Eat my ass.
My ass, Jimmy.
Fuck.
I got
terrifying.
I got what's his name from he's like, is it Lord Magicus or something? He
yeah.
I got him laughing by saying that Shani is a potato that's gone bad.
Yeah.
And it works because A, I'm Irish, and B, you know,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's just 100% true. It's terrible.
I'm also fond of the her nickname of the Shanity.
She is in many ways Brett's female successor, to the point where
she's the Brett gender swap from an alternate dimension.
Yeah, you know that app that turns you into like a woman? Brett does that, and he gets turned into Shani and vice versa.
The only reason I would say that she's not is she's got way too much energy to be a Brett Keane.
That's true. I mean, like, even when he was younger, he was always kind of like slow paced. I've got more energy than Brett Keane.
Not that Shanti's necessarily high energy, but in comparison to him,
she can be very high energy.
Sometimes.
Very, very manic, very angry. Not very good energy either. Mostly like all the negative sort of ones.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's drugs for you.
Drugs.
Some are good, some are bad. No, every once in a while I do feel bad about like making fun of people like Shani, because Shani is mentally ill. Like, there's no joke about it.
Oh yeah, obviously.
But like, her mother outright stated it. But then I know plenty of mentally ill people who don't act like pieces of shit. So it's fair game. It's open season,
Yeah, basically. You reap what you sow.
Pretty much.
I'll just let the Dreadnought go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a bit crazy if you just said, like, no, Dreadnought, you don't need to do anything too bad. Just stand there, look pretty.
Now that's really crazy.
Our cover, I like that.
I don't know why, but looking at him, looking at the Dreadnought right now, he looks pimped out as fuck. Like, pimp my Dreadnought.
Yeah, he's... That's not yellow paint, that's actually gold plating. Pimp my Dreadnought.
Go. Yo, dog, I heard you like flamers.
Yeah. So we put a flamer on your flamer. So now you can multi-belta. No, that's a different thing. Multi-beltas are awesome, though.
Is Pimp My Ride still going?
I have no idea.
Jeez. It's like Cribs. Is that I'm also like
There's only so many rides that you can pimp.
Hey, low energy. Do you know what Mark armor I'm wearing?
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a Crusader, isn't it? Like Mark II or Mark III. Mark III, I think.
I think it gives me extra melee damage in the game.
Nice. You look
love
like
that
it looks like a
servo
cow
assist.
catcher for on the front of a train.
Get back up.
That was a good combo, though. One of them threw me in the air, then the zone throw zapped me while I was in the air.
And that's why I built this character like this. I can revive players instantly and give them 5 seconds of invulnerability. And they're revived to full instead of a third.
That's pretty sexy.
Yeah, but it costs like all my energy to use.
Would it work on both of us if we were both down? Or one at a time? Well, no answer for us, I suppose.
It can also be done at range, though. Like, even from here, I can reach...
Whoa, that's a whole lot of screaming bitches.
Hold on.
Smack!
I'll come give you some support.
I'm literally fighting like 40 people right now.
Yeah, which is why I'm coming to help.
Oh, okay.
Every time I melee attack, I heal everyone.
Alright. Shit, that's a whole lot of gun. Daka. Oh no, they're Eldar. They don't get the title Daka.
Nope, because they don't make the sound.
No, they go.
No suppression.
No, they're pew pew.
Yeah. Sparkle.
Daka is specifically bullets.
Mm. You know, I looked at that list of people you can use in this, and I know like the Necrons and the Tau are DLC, but there's no Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That would be like I imagine they'd have like a lot of debuffs, like they kind of
Probably
would cause fear or like insanity in mobs.
Oh my god, the plasma everywhere.
If you want an everything Dawn of War game, you get Soulstorm and
Soulstorm's not a board game. You silly.
Did I say board?
You kind of did say board, yeah.
Back up. You're just loving that long range 100% revival.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's borderline OP Gimp, but it's it's not flawless.
Takes 60% of my current energy.
Wee shot. I think I'm good at disrupting like enemy attacks. Let me get nice and close in.
Seem to be.
I break up their lines of formation. Smack. Smack. Damn.
Wow, they really want that
crap.
dreadnought.
Yeah.
I can't revive myself though, so someone's gonna need to get me.
Oh, you're down? Hang on.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
Not as unfortunate as what I'm doing to these orcs' face.
Be careful. You're the last one standing now.
Shit. Well, blaze of glory. Blaze of glory. And there we go.
Alright, let's see what items we got though before I hop off.
Alright, I gotta level up.
Hey, I think Krendar got his guardsman.
I bloody well got something, so I got at least 100 XP.
I got Litany of Hate. Grants ability to force a target enemy to engage Space Marine drone. Oh, it's just a taunt. Okay.
Yep, you gain taunt.
Yeah, but that's a very 40k name for a taunt.
Litany of Hate.
Mm-hmm.
Has a very sort of 1984.
Yay, guardsman!
Which I found out only recently is actually something that really did happen in World War One. They'd wake up in the morning and fire artillery shells, and they'd call it like the 15 minutes of anger, where they would just fire indiscriminately at the enemy trench, just because they're so built up as like getting so pissed off that they just want to vent. We live in a fucked up world.
Aye.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to leave the party then, seeing that we are done. And now we'll go back to the campaign.
All right, so I'm gonna hop out of the game so you two can do your campaign,
All right.
and I'm gonna go make some lunch, and I'll be back.
Okay.
I like lunch.
Go
Lunch
spy
is
on the
good.
stream.
Lunch is very good. Alright, so let me just draw in Le Kren of Dart. Invite. Let's hope that works this time.
I know, right?
There we go. Diomedes, the Ancient, Martellus, and Cyrus. Well, there's no point looking through our stats. Aurelia. Oh, the Dark Portal. I remember this.
Oh yeah, this one. This is a long one.
Hey, we could
Which
summon.
might also be what she said.
Might be a long one. That would be a bit. I don't know why she'd say that. She'd know or she wouldn't. That's of course he's a grower, not a shower.
Yep, exactly.
Realize time is short, whatever the deed. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let us deploy.
Oh, would that be iceberg or remain?
Lettuce? Oh, lettuce.
Remember,
Ooh,
you invited me on purpose.
I did. I know who you are at this point, except for all probably the dead cat skeletons that you have, which it's kind of it's kind of redundancy. Obviously, you would have they'd be dead, because it'd be more terrifying if those skeletons would be alive. Point is, how many cat skeletons do you have? Is it 5?
You'll never know because they're about an inch too low to be on camera.
Well, considering that you've already established that you don't wear pants, I'm glad.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't wear pants.
The cat
I
skeletons.
need to be able to feel the skeletons properly.
Your gaming chair is made out of cat bones.
Isn't yours?
Oh my!
Oh my!
That was a dono noise. Oh no, it was a scriber. Even better. Thank you so much there, Ezreal, for subbing. I'll be sure to let you down very quickly on the content of streaming.
I've seen his feed. It's true.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I wear my crappiness on my sleeve.
It's in the channel name, right?
Yeah.
So, nobody can claim surprise.
It's kind of I can say that, but at the same time, every once in a while, you really got to be like, okay, I know what we're getting into. It's just, come on, man. You can try a little harder.
I mean, nobody wants to be a filthy
I
tryhard.
was so confused first time I saw Noise Marines.
You're like, what the hell are they shooting at me?
Yeah, what's it doing? And then I'm like, oh shit, no fire. Also, I really love the visceralness of them. The way like their
I know.
guns throb and like the echoey noise.
Yeah.
But
Imagine if they came out with a new version of Space Marine, but you could play as a Noise Marine.
just have it as a different game and have it like
No, that's what I mean. Like, it's a game with that kind of game engine.
oh yeah, but you're a noise marine and
Yeah.
it would be great because also you'd be
Or a
slaughtering.
sorcerer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's just at the start of it. You get to pick the one of your 4 gods, and that depends on your play style.
But that would be an amazing engine to have to play a Noise Marine in.
Mm. And you could like level up and get different types of effects. Like you could drive them to kill themselves. You can stun their weapons.
Yeah, and like that baseline thing where it pushes people away from them would be something you gotta level up into.
Mm.
Ah, yes, the dubstep gun.
Yes.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
One thing I always loved about the dubstep gun was that if you changed the paint job, it changed the song. And the song depended on exactly how it worked, because the damage pulses actually happen on the actual wubs.
Eh.
And the different songs would have the wubs in different patterns, right?
Mhm.
Logically. Although my favorite was the industrial one.
I only ever saw Metal Monkey play Saints Row. I never actually played it myself.
I did a co-op playthrough of that while the two of us were drunk.
Nice.
It was pretty fun.
I
And I was
played
playing
the
the female
very.
character, so I even dressed my character up as a beer frau at one point. Because there's an Oktoberfest outfit in the game.
Sorry for interrupting you there, Krendar. I'm hearing shouting.
Oh shit! Something going on?
Sounds like there's an argument happening outside in the street.
As long as it's not a riot.
In our tiny little town? Jesus, no. Actually, the past few days I've been hearing, it sounds like a mother shouting at her kid or something like that. Alright, well, I guess.
Nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Hope not, anyway.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
Yeah, I've been in buildings where I've been dragged into personal shit of my neighbor.
That's where it's time to walk away and ignore.
Well, when you're in your apartment and you can actually hear like the most private of private conversations happening because the walls are paper thin. Ooh.
Well, that's not the same as being dragged into.
Yeah, but then like you talk to them later and they realize you heard everything.
And you never bring it up.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have brought it up. I brought it up to the fucking landlord. Also, there was a time one of my my drug
Fix
addict.
your bloody walls, landlord.
My drug addict neighbor tried to break into my apartment. That was fun. I got him kicked out. I got him kicked out. I never told him this, but I had a gun, and at the time, and I was literally right behind the door, and I would have shot him in the leg. If I never had to, he just walked off. But oh, he was such a fucking joke.
If you'd had to, you could have.
I wouldn't have wanted to. I was fucking terrified. That says so much, isn't it? When you're actually when you're the one with the gun and you're terrified.
I mean, I wouldn't want to have to shoot anybody.
Let's hope we never do.
I'm kill virgin and pure.
Yeah, that's a kink. I'll be more than happy to not ever test out in real life.
Aye. God, I do love filling these bunkers with promethium.
Yeah, it's in the job description of anyone with a flamethrower. There has to be a bunker, and you have to rush up and you have to pull an Iwo Jima.
I love the smell of Prometheum in the morning.
It smells like
Victory.
well, if not victory, then at the very least cathartic joy.
I mean, I'm not sure what the difference is.
If you're a servant of the dark gods, then there is no difference, because win or lose, it all feeds the hungry maw of the demon lords of the Nether.
I like nethers.
Nether regions are known to be very fun.
Are dark and moist. All right. Buy one of your upgrades for yourself.
Ancient.
I've done one already.
Damaged up. Okay. Nope. Okay. Capture the structure to decrease population cap. Cool. Ooh. One thing I do love about bunkers is when the troops are inside it, like their weapons just sound so much better.
They do, don't they?
You get that in the Imperial Guard in the last Dawn of War. Whenever they got inside their bunkers, they'd have like weapon emplacements inside that you just see flashes of light. And eventually you'd have like, if there was 3 squads inside it, you would have had like a plasma gun occasionally firing, which was great.
Oh,
because you know, you're the guard, you're gonna get your ass kicked. So you need all the help you can get.
Those actually had different stats depending on what was being fired. Give me 1 sec.
I like the fact that they account for the change of acoustics. Also, get your leader boy down here. He's just picking his nose up there.
Yeah, I found it. The first guardsman that enters one of their bunkers, whether it be their command center or one of the barracks, the first squad mans las guns, which are anti-infantry.
Then it would be the heavy bolter, and the third one was plasma, right?
Plasma second, heavy bolter's third.
Oh, okay.
And they each have different stats.
It was a nice feature, because especially early on, if you're going up against like a really heavy duty enemy, you're gonna get slaughtered. So it was a nice feature. I used to always love having a bunch of auto guns as well. Auto cannons, like the heavy weapon team, and just like set up on like a ridge or something and just destroy everything in like a matter of seconds.
Must be lovely, isn't it?
Just a flat 100 DPS across all targets.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a bunch of Terminators, do you? Well, not for much longer.
I also remember the last cannon upgrade that's available almost immediately had ridiculous range on it.
Yeah, it was just basically a sniper. It was kind of like the way it was used in Space Marine. It was just a sniper.
I didn't like that. It didn't feel like a las cannon to me.
I mean, you could use it as that, but I suppose it should also have had bigger spread as well as it fired.
It just felt really weak.
It had a 50-50 chance to hit. It fired twice per second.
Yeah,
it did heavy vehicle damage, but it did nothing to infantry.
No.
I mean, that's silly. It should just vaporize infantry.
It should. But I suppose they don't want it to be too OP.
Yeah. It's game balance versus expectations.
I mean, it's like playing Command and Conquer with your tanks doing really shitty damage to infantry as you're planning to run them over. Like, we get it. They need... try that shit. There we go. we need one group of one unit that's strong against infantry, another that's strong against armor. But you know, in reality, a tank would be good against both. Bouncy,
Yeah,
bouncy,
one
bouncy.
shell should be able to kill multiple infantry, but again, like game balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you gamify things.
Of course, then in I think it's 3, you can get tanks that have machine guns.
I think you can get that in various mods for Dawn of War 1 as well.
Oh yeah, I actually one of the first mods I ever installed on my own was an early Tyranid mod. The Gene Stealers were overpowered as fuck.
One of my favorite Dawn War mod mistakes was in Titanium War. They forgot to place the decimal. So plasma weapons of all sorts did 100 times more damage than they were intended to.
Oh dear. That's a whoopsie.
Yeah.
I never did finish the campaign in Dawn of War 1. Should go back to that at some point for the channel. I mean, I've beaten the games, all the games, like, numerous times, but
vanilla or
on this channel, I was playing vanilla and I was nearly done.
Alright.
I think Sindri's about to become his demon prince form.
Man, he really fell far after making Thor's hammer, didn't he?
Oh, was that the name of the dude who Peter Dinklage's character, Sindri?
Yeah. Although I think in the actual mythology, it was him and his brother did it together.
That's right, and it was the whole thing with Loki.
That was a vague statement.
I know. It's the thing involving like his hair and things like that. Shenanigans, generic shenanigans, as you do.
As you do.
As you do.
Help, I need an adult.
I'm an adult.
oh my. I like how you're just sorting down the dreadnought.
When in doubt, stab. Or slash in this case.
When in doubt, slash it out.
Have you guys been watching the trailers for the new Total War game? It looks terrible. Troy.
The new what?
Total War.
Nah.
I know you're not a big fan of that, Krendar, but oh my god, it's really cheap looking. It looks like something from like 2004.
Ouch.
Yeah, and
That is rough.
And they were originally going to do full price, but I think they realized it's just not working out. So it's going to be already like half off. It looks like it's going to be a disaster. It was already boring anyway. It's going to be set like in the Trojan War, so there's like not much you could do. You know, but they're not even hoplites. They're just a bunch of dudes in brass armor stabbing each other with really small spears. Which, there's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bunch of dudes in brass armor stabbing each other with really big spears. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, have you not seen Troy? There was that girl with the really nice ass. There's actually a few.
Go on, I'm interested.
I'm actually digging there's a few women with really nice asses in that.
Help.
So have you seen Unbiased History?
I have not, but I have heard of it.
Help.
Alright, I'm coming. There you go. Hey,
Maybe throw a melta bomb into
Sure.
that portal.
I did. It didn't do
What?
nearly as much
Aw.
damage as I thought. Now I'm gonna head down here to. I'm gonna head down here and take out the shrines. You two should go up and take the other shrine out. Or Krendar should. Like,
Well, obviously the disembodied voice can't do it.
Ooh.
well, technically, to me, you're both
Ooh.
disembodied voices. I'm surrounded by ghosts. I guess that fortune cookie was true.
Yeah.
The demons are upon me. Well, they're demons. They have to be upon you or someone else.
That's what demons do. They be upon people.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I got flanked.
Yeah, you're getting your ass kicked.
Yeah. Man down.
Okay.
×2.
I will come and help.
Meanwhile, I still have 3
Turrets.
BB gun turrets piddling away at the portal.
Don't you mean 4?
No? Oh, there's the number 4. Yes, I suppose I do. I suppose
it's
that
like
I do.
flinging hail at them.
No, hail would hurt more than this.
Dude.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate
it, Governor.
What was that?
I'm gonna reset Discord real fast to get rid of a pop-up.
Oh, sure.
Aye.
Work away. Yeah,
And
that annoying chanting's done now. Oh.
Wrong with a little chanting.
A little, but it's the same tone over and over again. Oh.
You're the same tone over and over again.
Well, yeah. I'm a one note pony. That's just how the saying goes, right?
Close enough.
oh no, my friend has started streaming The Last of Us 2.
Oh
Uh-oh.
dear. Wait, is that that's not out, is it?
Yeah, apparently.
Jeez, that happened quick. That was coming out like at least later this year.
I just hope it doesn't turn out to be as bad as people are afraid it will.
Yeah, same. I mean, they're being ballsy with the. I gotta give it that they're being ballsy with the direction they want to go, but at the exact same time, that doesn't make it good. It just means they're trying something different.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll wait and find out.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to be like, oh, that was actually kind of cool. But yeah.
Now, this is something I would like to be wrong about. Or I would like other people to be wrong about, I should say, because I don't have a hypothesis personally.
I don't have that strong of an opinion. I really enjoyed 1. I thought 1 was like,
amazing.
I really liked the directions the angle it went to. I mean, zombie games are so overdone that I had to admit
they did it so well.
Yeah, I had to admit when I first heard about it, I rolled my eyes, and then I realized they're doing it in not just in a different type of zombie, but just a different approach to it. The only major
it's
thing,
the most beautiful post-apocalypse I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's up there, top 3. I like that scene with the giraffes. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
But the thing is that I didn't really. One thing I didn't like was humanity has been whittled down so much, and yet there was that like cannibal cult. There was hundreds of people. I was like, oh, for God's sake! Every time I thought like There shouldn't have been anywhere near as many people.
It's weird that they're complaining about having trouble feeding everybody, but they keep recruiting people.
Yep.
By the way, before we continue, those force fields should be down so we can go get some loot back in the middle.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And maybe another place that I'm not remembering. I'm not sure.
You want to take out this bunker before we go?
Oh, I already started walking away.
All
It's
right,
all
well,
yours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2 should be, two
Wait,
should be...
can I not? Oh, we can't. I think, can we not access it from this side?
I guess not. I guess we're stuck on a route it wants us to follow.
Actually, we can redirect from the west anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're going to backtrack over it.
One thing I've heard about Last of Us 2 that actually is an interesting idea, at least, is apparently halfway through the game you switch to a different character.
That's the major drama over it, yeah. But the character...
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with the idea. Like, I'm curious to see events from the other character's perspective, you know?
It'll be a bit hard
I would like to say Ellie the whole time, but...
Well, it wasn't even... No, you played Ellie and what's his name? Rick?
Joel?
Joel, that's him.
Yeah, but you only played Ellie for a little bit, whereas from what I understand, I don't know how long you switch characters in the other one. I don't know if it's the whole second half of the game or what.
Oh, this motherfucker.
If the leaks are right and the whole game projection is accurate, then it's about a 25-hour game, and the second 12 hours are going to be the other character. So it's about half.
So it is half the game, yeah. I mean,
did you ever play the side DLC that shows like?
Yep.
I thought that was pretty cool. I love that scene.
That's why I think it's funny that people are complaining that, oh my god, they made Ellie a lesbian. I'm like, bitch, she was a lesbian in the first game.
Yeah, she
Did
was.
You not play the DLC?
And who's to say that she is a lesbian? She could just
or bi.
Yeah, she could be bi. It might not apply at. Like,
I mean, who cares either way?
Yeah, she's a fake character, but like a lot of people complaining are dudes that probably had a little bit too much obsession with her, so to speak. I mean, she wasn't even 18.
She was 14, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the guys who got obsessed over Arya Stark from Games of Thrones. She was a fucking kid. Like, maybe back off a little bit.
Right, I know, right? Like, sure, the actress isn't a kid, but the character was.
Well, at the start of the show,
up the stairs here, up the stairs. So
yeah,
get sucked into the last fight.
Yeah, but yeah, at the start of the show, she was a kid. She was like, how old was let's say like 13 or something when that show started?
I don't know.
I don't know. My main complaint with that character is that her actress seems to think louder equals better.
Yeah, but a lot of
Is that the actress's fault or the director's fault?
Yeah, she has to get direction to do it. So.
Could be either one. I just honestly don't know.
Well, the final series, was just absolute crap. Absolute trash. Absolute
The last
trash.
season's the only part I haven't seen yet, but that's why I've been in no big hurry, you know?
I think we could probably chalk it up to the director and writers, given how it ended.
Yeah, well,
absolutely the writers. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, everyone hates those motherfuckers, but I don't.
These kinds of things are never the actor's fault. They're just doing what they're told.
Maybe, but sometimes you can tell that the heart's not in it. Like,
well, I mean, you can have a bad performance. I'm just saying that the way the story goes is not the actor's fault. They don't write the story.
No, I do wonder.
D&D.
Unless the director is playing a character as well.
Yeah. But then you've got situations that might be a bit different. Like, for example, in Simon Pegg in one of the newer Star Treks, right. He ends up with the super hot Amazon black and white girl, alien girl. And you're just there like, you wrote that in. You know, like...
Well, yeah, of course he did. And fine, let him.
I know, but like, it's still got, my eyebrows were very highly raised at that. Then again, it could be worse. It could be that dude from the Powerpuff Girls, the one who spent years doing fan fiction on was it Blossom, and then he got the job and he actually went in and
yeah, like each of the 3 episodes he was in charge of, he wrote himself in as a self-insert romantic interest.
Yeah. And there's a lot of drama going on about like, no, that's just like an urban legend. But I mean, we all fucking saw it. I didn't watch the episode, but I did like watch the clips, and they're just a little bit too like, dude, what the? It's almost like I can get whatever the hell I want now. Or the guy who one of the guys who did Nickelodeon back in the day, like one of the directors turned out to be like big into feet porn. And he
weird.
You know, the Nickelodeon logo was a foot. And there's a lot of like ones where the underage girls in like one of the sort of kids.
Oh, Dan Schneider.
Is that it? Is that who it is?
Yeah, that was the Nickelodeon guy.
Yeah, he like directed shows where like a lot of times the girls were like walking around barefoot or the cameras are like focusing on them. And you just stare like, wow, how the fuck did we not see this?
And then of course you've got the other little things like the artists at Disney messing around and like drawing a tower to be exactly the same as a penis.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't mean vaguely like it. I mean
exactly like it. Or the when Simba falls onto all the flowers and you just see sex written out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, in Disney there was this memo going around saying that you can't people in Disney started to call Disney itself Mouse Witch, as in like all, and they were like, you can't do that. So you can no longer use the word. Within 24 hours, there was a new nickname for it, Dachau.
I don't get that one.
Dachau concentration camp.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that name.
Oh yeah, it was another major concentration camp.
Mouse, which really rolls off the tongue really well though.
So they just switched it over to Dachau.
I love.
Nice, you guys got Terminators.
Yes, we did.
Well, maybe he did.
There's something rotting in the heart.
I don't think Cyrus or Martellus are going to be wearing Terminator armor.
Poor little Cyrus. His head wouldn't even be able to stick out from the top.
I don't know if Tech Marines can do that because of their servo arm.
Yeah, you think maybe they'd have like a custom set. That'd be
awesome though. Imagine like a Tech Marine version of a Terminator. That'd be
Artificer Terminator.
Yeah, or what's the Gen 1 like Saturnite?
I have no idea.
Terminator. You got in the movie I showed you, the Paradise Hope Lost. You actually get to see a cameo of a suit of Terminator power armor, but that's like Gen 1, and that's old like mining equipment that the tech priests used, and it's just a walking metal like oval, like you can barely move in it. It's ridiculous looking. It's great.
That sounds pretty tech priesty for sure.
I'm fairly convinced the Tech Marine Terminator I found is definitely just some slapdashed art project. Because it's Terminator armor, but they swapped the helmet to the Tech Marine helmet, and they slapped a full servo harness on its back.
Well, that seems a bit jury rigged. Maim. Attacks have a chance to maim target, reducing their defenses, causing them to bleed. Okay, that works.
I'll post it in the chat just for future reference.
Oh, let's have a look. Seeing I've got my laptop up, we shall see.
In the calls chat.
Oh, okay.
His 2 storm bolters.
More! You need more! How could he fit through doors? Like,
maybe they can all angle downwards.
oh, yeah. Like, don't forget that Terminator armor is, like, designed to fit on, like, a Space Hulk. You try to get through a corridor well in that motherfucker.
Well, I finally get a weapon to equip on Cyrus.
Cool.
He's been just using his baseline default weapon the whole time.
I'm doing more or less the same. I've got a power sword, but level him up and then we can pick our next mission. Actually, while you do that, I'm gonna go and we got 2 choices. Chapter keeps it on Célion, French. I don't trust it. Or the Capitol Gardens. Let's have a look at Meridia.
Capitol Gardens sounds lovely.
Oh, this is where
at least our equipment choice will be easy. There was only 1 weapon and nothing else, and I've equipped it, so our equipment menu is empty.
This is the opening we need.
We can intercept this. Don't talk about opening Cyrus under any circumstances.
Expose his identity.
And Aurelia.
I realize time is not on our side, Commander, and striking these heretics is not our immediate objective. I leave it to you whether we.
Oh, this is an optional mission, so we should do this first.
So on the Last of Us 2 Metacritic page, just decided to delete some 2,000 user reviews because
Jesus.
they
negative,
and they're deleting them based off their text count. So the game dropped from a 3.4 to a 3.3.
Ooh,
out of what?
It used to have 10,000 reviews. It's now down to 8,000.
No. What is this 3 number about?
Oh,
what does that mean?
That was the user review out of 10.
Out of 10, thank you. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, it went from a 3.4 out of 10 to a 3.3 out of 10.
Damage control for their corporate overlords. It can only get you so far. Me think, and
rough.
Yeah, me thinks that's a bad sign right there. Although, you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, "Oh, it's a bunch of incels and white nationalists doing this." They're gonna try to deflect it. It won't work. If the game sucks, it sucks. But they're gonna put some spin on it. But
it's now back up to 12,000.
That was quick. All right. So which one do I think we should do this optional mission first?
Yeah, optional first sounds good to me. That's the way I usually roll.
Yeah. Oh no, Cyrus! You look, Cyrus gets his own Terminator after all. If you want to switch to out of Cyrus and into Honor Guard.
Honor Guard? What's their deal again?
It gives you a squad instead of a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, but beyond that, what do they do?
Well, they're Terminators. They give you +10 to
that's right.
population, deadly aim, or marked target. It's up to you.
Nah, let's stick with Cyrus. I mean, I'm leveling up and giving him equipment. Might as well be using them.
That's true. He just got a brand new thing.
He's got an actual bolter rifle now, so he shouldn't have to be insisting on as much range as before.
When we're done here, I am going to go and get myself some cheese and crackers, and I am going to get myself into bed, and I'm going to watch season 1 of The Simpsons, because fuck it, why not? It's been too long.
Nice.
If it was me, I would sleep first and eat afterwards.
Nah, I've never had that problem where like cheese gives you like bad dreams and the like.
No, I don't mean that. Just, I don't know. I would probably enjoy the food better if I was rested first.
Well, I don't really want to sleep per se. I just want to kind of like not be on this chair. I kind of don't want to be gaming even.
Yeah.
So if I'm not going to go to sleep
I mean,
straight away,
it's your stomach. You do what you want.
yeah.
I started watching Dexter recently.
Whoa, what the fuck's happening here?
I've never seen it.
I think it's glitched.
Yeah, I think your camera got stuck.
Retribution! When they realize...
Someone...
Yeah, this isn't working.
I'm not even seeing the mission. I'm still on the map.
Might need to Alt F4.
Yeah, maybe. Alright. Are you able to get your menu open?
F10, I think, is the menu button.
Well,
Yeah,
my game just crashed.
Oh, that would explain why the buttons weren't working. Alright, I'm gonna go back to main menu and await you.
This'll take some time. I won't be missing this when we're done with Retribution.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here we are.
I need to dig through my library and go dig out some more multiplayer games.
I need to I've actually right now been getting into playing City Skylines just to zone out.
I'm stuck
Quite able to get into that
from
too much,
2011.
but
Sorry, you talked over each other.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying I'm stuck on a 2011 laptop, so what I can play is quite limited right now.
Ah, yes, true.
Yeah, I don't. This PC is a piece of crap, but the laptop is worse. Saying that, I can
Speaking
play
of
some cool classic ones. I've got Morrowind on the laptop.
Speaking of which, I've been very impressed with that Satisfactory game. I've built a ridiculous amount of conveyor belts all over everywhere, and the game still runs really nicely.
Oh, you might want to try out Big Pharma sometime.
Maybe.
Oh, I saw Matthew Matosis play that.
But Satisfactory has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Big Pharma is another logistics puzzle management style game like
Factoro and
Factorio.
I'm not sure how I'd call it puzzle.
Well, I shouldn't really say puzzle either. I'm just thinking the machines are so big and you have so much floor space that you have to try and optimize yours.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You don't have to try to optimize it. You have it in the entire world as your floor space.
Ah, that sets it apart then.
Same with Factorio. I mean, okay, at the beginning of a Factorio map, you're a little crammed in, but as you explore the world and get it, take more territory back, you've got the entire map to build on.
By the way, what's the name of that game where you're in charge of a factory for like these alien overlords that are like devouring the Earth's resources, and you're actually a part of like this wider galactic community that's like a spoof of like corporate workers.
I've never heard of it.
It's like a factory game, and you have all these modular units that you put together, and then it just turns everything into like these carbon blocks that are then shipped off world, and it's you get these very sort of like passive aggressive kind of sinister messages from your alien overlords. But there's like really strange and like surreal moments where you're like harvesting. Do you remember that episode of The Simpsons where Little Lisa's slurry, where the earth, like the sea is just being raked in, like there's a whale on like it's kind of like there are scenes like that where you're just devouring, like this machine is just devouring all life on Earth, and you get a message going like, corporate is pleased with your progress. You've been given 0.5 more of a food ration today. it's I don't think I'd enjoy playing it, but I really wouldn't mind like watching like a whole story like playthrough, because it's kind of an interesting idea of like the Earth
Sounds
just
amusing.
being ravaged by this.
Did it
Tell you
have-
what, if you
Let
if you ever-
Combine in Half-Life, what they're doing. To
if
the
you
Earth.
find out what the name of that game is, let me know.
I
Did it
know
have
Matt even told us.
blocky Minecraft style building?
What was that?
Did it have blocky Minecraft styled building?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, give me 1 minute.
Shit.
And down.
I know, but my med is not medding enough.
Was it?
What?
What?
Was the game Finna Factory by Zachtronics?
Could be.
I will leave a link for later.
Yeah, like I'd have to see it. That's the thing.
So the link will help you with that when you check it later.
Ye-
I don't know if this is it or not. It's just the only one that came to mind.
yeah, your avian overlords. There can't be that many of them on the market, so it probably is that. But I love the premise of it.
Yeah, it sounds neat.
It's like I've always kind of liked ones where like the bad guys won, or it's like taking an obvious answer, like a standard situation, and turned it on its head.
Well, buy your upgrade there. We've got enough for one.
Like Tyranny, for example. I've always been fascinated with the game Tyranny. Oh, the Manticore shit.
I've got that, but I haven't played into it much yet.
I've only ever seen clips of it, and it's very like you can play it in different ways. You can be the like the perfect minion, or you can like make up your own power base that you can eventually challenge the Dark Lord, or you can join the Resistance and fight back.
I like that.
Kind of like the way Papers, Please operate.
I think the gameplay is very Baldur's Gate, Pillars of
Yeah.
Eternity style.
It is. I've played a little bit of it. I just haven't gone through the whole thing yet. It's a very bizarre
look
story.
out.
Now, Baldur's Gate's a game I actually would really love to get into. I've only ever played little bits of it. The same with Planescape. I actually played Planescape on here once or twice. Didn't like the font color in Planescape. It was so hard to read. Like this bright orange yellow stuff that kind of folds into the background. It became.
Speaking of which, have you played their newer game, the Planescape, or not Planescape, Numenera?
No, I've only know the name. I don't know anything about it.
It's like that kind of game, but except it's extra nutballs. Like it makes Planescape look sane and tame and normal.
Damn, that's a hard ball to reach.
Shit, retreat.
Does that have a video? Oh, give me a. Holy cow! It does.
I think it's called Torment Numenera or something like that.
Yeah.
Tides of Numenera.
The reason I was so confused is I know Numenera as so I've gone on my RPG rants in the servers before, but in short, when 5e was getting made, the creator of 3.5 D&D effectively quit over it, and he went on to make his own RPG system, Numenera. So I didn't know there was a video game based off that spin-off system.
Oh, okay.
It's not a spin-off system. It's entirely new. It's entirely its own thing.
Sorry.
But yes, there is a computer game for it, and it is absolutely nutballs.
Part sci-fi, part underwater. It already has my interest.
It's not that much underwater, but it is fucking crazy pants.
I like
And
the
then he
shadows
went on to
for the rocks there.
Yeah, you can tell there's all these rocks floating overhead because of chaos.
Mm.
This place isn't right, man.
Yeah, the Property
Oh, you can get
property
another
value
upgrade there.
really went downhill after all those demons showed up.
The property value really went downhill after the property started floating in the sky.
after the property went uphill over the hill, and then the hill joined it.
Exactly.
Flamer on that bunker, but punching it so hard it shatters works too.
That's the Space Marine way.
Yeah, plot armor, plot power fist. Hell, I remember one of the Ragnar books. He destroyed a defiler with his chainsword. That's how that works.
Why not?
Whatever the plot needs it.
I feel Cato Sicarius is behind this.
Probably. Sounds about right.
There we go.
I like the fact that there's all these troops just like sealed underground.
Yeah.
Until we let them out.
Yeah. You're kind of wondering like what are they doing with their time? Like they're probably slaughtering each other or just.
I mean, that's an elaborate ambush when you think about it. They're like, all right, they're gonna come take this fortress. So
what if we never did take that fortress? They'd just be there for no reason for like ever.
They're playing Call of Duty.
Oh God, it's the cave of neckbeards.
Well, that would explain all the weird ooze.
And the smell.
My God.
I was actually at the grocery store one day and ran across an actual real-life neckbeard stereotype. And he even had the stereotypical gamer funk aura.
Did his fingers all have, like, Cheeto dust on it? Or Doritos?
I was too distracted by the neckbeard and the fedora and the smell.
You know, I definitely can look the part of like a true neckbeard, but the thing is, you talk to me for a few seconds, you're like, oh, he actually can survive in social settings and can talk about something other than what did that once tell TJ and Scotty? The majestic art of anime or something like that.
Something like that. Actually, it's ironic you should say that because this guy looked like he was cosplaying TJ with that fedora.
Oh, poor TJ. But then again, he is the ultimate neckbeard, so.
Not to shit on fedoras. I think fedoras are actually a pretty cool hat, but
yeah. Well, it's kind of like
the stereotype.
You know, I always liked Hawaiian. I've always liked Hawaiian t-shirts, but I mean, like, come on, after all these Proud Boys kind of commandeered it, it's going to take a long time before Hawaiian shirts are not related to the alt-rights anymore again.
I just wear suits.
Which
you can't ruin a suit.
I don't know. Put yourself into a room. Give yourself put yourself into a stark room. Give yourself a glass of a fine whiskey, and then see how long before people are making fun of you.
Okay.
Yeah, the joke will be on them because he's the one with the whiskey.
There's this dude that Vosh points out as like the ultimate example of like one of those alt-right YouTube channels that just try so hard you can just smell the insecurity from them. And he basically every single one he talks like Sargon or Arch would tell him to tone it the fuck down.
If Arch tells you to tone it the fuck down, you've gone way too far.
And he always has like a cigar and a whiskey there. But you can tell he doesn't smoke normally, and he probably doesn't drink because he's almost like LARPing as he's like sipping it and pulling this, having a smoke. And you're just looking at him, and he's like, "Are you okay, buddy? Like, do you have someone in your life that actually cares about you? Because you're coming across as really sad right now, and it's kind of scary. Like, you almost want him to just break down and start sobbing, going, "This world shouldn't be the way it is. What's wrong with you people? Pay more attention to me. I'm important." Oh, bless. But you know,
Right.
saying that, people like him, they'll ruin the suit for everyone, and that'll suck.
Oh yeah. They'll do their best.
Oh, we gotta be quick in here because can't let
The
the
tanks will
guards.
animate.
Yeah, we can't let the guardsmen get inside their vehicles. Otherwise, it's gonna make me shit. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Here, I have a friend who will help.
That
They call
story
him
reminds me a
Tarantula.
bit of.
I do too.
That story reminds me a bit of Coach Red Pill and his obsessive cameras.
Wait, who? Oh, Coach Red Pill. Yeah, I haven't seen that much of him, but every time I have, I'm just there like, what the fuck? Now there's an example of somebody.
Successfully let them into every single tank.
Our plan not only failed, it emboldened them. I remember watching one of his, and he was like talking about, was it like masturbation is gay or something like that?
Well, yeah, because you're touching a dick.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that if you saw it on like on Facebook, you'd think it'd be a parody.
Oh, you mean like
wiping your ass is gay.
What's that conservative mom chick on YouTube?
Conservative mommy.
Counterculture mom.
Oh yeah, the one that Egghead of all people goes after.
She seems like a parody, except I'm pretty sure she's a genuine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something. Give me an example.
Your damage on your guys yet? By the way.
Oh, yeah, I leveled up, so you can.
We have a ridiculous amount of resources right now.
Yeah.
For at least requisition.
All right, buy some health or something maybe.
Okay.
I just bought 2 upgrades.
All right. Give me an example of something counterculture Bomby has said, because I keep mixing her up with the.
Remember.
Keep mixing her up with the is it the conservative mommy or something like that?
I mean, I think they're incredibly similar people.
I'm pretty sure they'd have afternoon cocktails and judge brown people very poorly.
Afternoon cocktails and scissoring parties.
Probably they deep down inside want to scissor, but as it stands, yeah, no, they're not.
No, I feel like they scissor together while complaining about the gays. It's very ironic.
But unfortunately, nothing.
I'll go west first, I think. Yeah.
I mean, the amount of especially like Vigilant Christian would be a perfect example of that. Mario is closeted as fuck, and he'd be so much happier if he just came out and was like, "Hey, I want to fuck dudes." Great. You can't be a Christian now, or at least not a Christian you were before, which was barely a Christian.
You know what? That should be another improvement in his life.
Yeah, oh, he'd be so much better. Or that little short preacher dude who talks about like God creating a cure for gay people in the form of AIDS. We all know he's getting ass fucked by a big black dude.
I mean, name a single person who's watched a Vigilant Christian video and didn't immediately think this guy was gay. He's so goddamn metro.
He absolutely is. And then, you know, if all he has to do is just admit it, but no, he just ends up feeling sad for himself. Then remember he went to rehab, and it was like a Christian rehab, so nothing would have been fixed.
And he cried at least 30 times.
Well, he always cries. You remember that baptism video of his where he's like sobbing? He's just he still hasn't gone on DP.
Beautiful.
He keeps telling Ben that he doesn't feel the best. He's not doing the best, which means nothing's changed and nothing will change. He's just gonna keep on being a hypocrite, and he'll keep on feeling bad, and then he's gonna lash out. And the sad fact is that like the 60-year-old geriatric grandmas who listen to him won't ever think about it like that. They'll never think that, oh, he's just mentally ill. Instead, they'll just keep intentionally ignoring it. And
that's Christianity in a nutshell.
So much. He is not a sweet boy, but he could be a sweet boy.
So many of his problems would be solved if he just gave up this stupid dogma.
Could you imagine how cool it would be to have somebody like the Vigilant Christian who could then like turn around and say, "Well, as you know, I used to be the Vigilant Christian Mario, and now I'm the happy who I am Mario." You know.
Now I'm the hard rock and Satanist butt slammer.
Oh, dude, he his videos would get so many more views if like he just does like an IRL stream like the way Billy does, but he goes to like gay bars.
I know, right? Can you imagine?
There's actually something that you don't see that many people do. IRL streams are like going to the club.
Yeah, in fact, that would be a massive redemption arc for him. People would go and cheer him on.
Of course, I'd be right there. I'd so love to hear. And it goes true for all of them. Like if it turned out that say, let me think of like a really annoying right winger.
Fuentes.
Yeah, no, that's a great example there, Fuentes, because he's because we all know him and Cowboy watching
he's in so much denial over Lolly Socks.
Yeah, and Lolly Socks isn't. That's the weird thing. Like Lolly Socks knows who Lolly Socks is.
For sure.
But he doesn't, or if he does, he's not saying it. And his fans, they don't know how to process it. They're just saying, "Oh, it's a meme. He's doing it for the lols."
Yeah, he's memeing.
And you know, every time they say that, and then like Lolly Socks posts a picture of
himself choking down a horse dildo.
Yeah, and you're just thinking like, wow. One of them knows. You're always wondering who's taking that picture of him doing it. Like, is Nick the one cooking himself to a dildo right now? It's just, you know, if Fuentes and you know what, Fuentes actually could, in all fairness, still be a neo-Nazi and be gay as fuck. In his case, he could very much be. Although he's also said he's a Catholic and like he's a hardcore Catholic. He thinks the Pope sometimes is this fucks shit up because he like supports trans people or is less cruel to gay people as Nick wants him to be. But you know, like he still could.
I've called in some squads because we've got a lot of points.
Yeah, we might as well. But it's just fuck
so
off.
I bought 3 Terminators.
Make sure to give them, if you can, give them assault cannons or flamers, your choice.
What do they come with by default?
Store bolters.
Okay, yeah, I can give them ACs.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd get some anti-vehicle stuff for the boss, but
oh, trust me, if you got a few of them that have
AC should at least be good.
Yeah, it'll wield them down pretty easy.
All right, Marcel, let's run straight into those missiles.
Hell yeah.
The boss. Bloop. You can take it.
There we go. No more manticores. Which I love in Final Liberation. They're some of the best artillery to use. I tried to stream.
Which one? Sorry?
Oh, Final Liberation. You never played Final Liberation, did you?
I don't know what that is.
It's an old 90s RTS. I think I've told you this already.
Maybe.
It's kind of like it's a spoof of Armageddon, but it's kind of like more focused on large infantry and armor formations and like Titans. You could actually like use Titans and Gargants.
Oh, actually, no. That reminds me. For anybody interested, Titanfall 2 is on sale on Steam right now for a good chunk off.
Oh, cool!
I think it's 60% off. It's like $12 or something.
I'm not in any position to get even that. Maybe if I were to just grind the rest of the DPRPG, Skeps, donos might make the difference, but right now, can't. Shame, because
it's on sale for like a month though. So
yeah, that might. Oh
maybe
well, like yeah,
maybe
at least I should be able to. Yeah, Christ, my bank decided now of all times to put the service fees, so that was a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Final Liberation. That was the XCOM-like Warhammer game. Of them.
No, that was Chaos Gate.
That one would be the other.
Yeah,
Why does
oh,
my
I
turret keep
loved
exploding
Chaos.
when I summon it.
I loved Chaos Gate. Some of
God damn
the
it.
best soundtrack, I think, of any 40k game. Really like like powerful Grigori chanting, and like a whole brass band playing. It was just so over the top, so grimdark.
Nice. As it should be.
The graphics weren't too great for the cutscenes, so they all looked like plasticine characters, but you know, it looked better than the first Space Hulk game.
Oof. Actually, ironic, funny story on that. The first Space Hulk game is the first time I ever bought a game and could not run it because my computer didn't have a graphics card.
Ooh.
Like, that was the first time when graphics cards really became necessary.
You remember
and I didn't understand the concept at first because I had never needed one before. I was like, wait, why is this not running? Why is it talking about video memory? I don't understand this.
the very first PC game. All right, let's go around the room. What was the very first PC game you ever had? Krendar first.
The question cut out partway through. Can you re-say it?
What was the very first PC game you ever had?
First PC game I ever what?
Had. H-A-D.
All right.
Damn, Discord kept cutting out.
Okay.
There's no way I can remember because that was 35 years ago. But one of those ones with ASCII art, basically.
You must have had a PC like from day one then.
About age 7 or 8.
All right. That's the same for me. All right. What about you there, Ezreal? What was your first?
Mine's a little complicated. So the initial backstory: my aunt was an avid gamer. She had a PC. She had a ton of games for it and everything. But my mom, who I lived with, wasn't. She ended up getting a Pentium 2 computer back in '98 for the household, as she thought computers would be important for schooling and because I loved electronics. So when my mom got us a home computer, my aunt gave me 3 games for it.
Okay.
And my first games were, and I might have the year off when I say '98, but I remember the first 3 games I was handed were The Sims 1,
Solid.
Age of Empires 2,
Great.
and Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
I could pass the last one, but yeah, that's a good early roster.
Hom 3 is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that one was probably my favorite of the 3.
Age of Empires was my. I must have played Conquerors, like 1,000 times. I eventually just got so bored with it that I couldn't look at it, so I just put it away. And now I kind of regret not having the disc. I actually sat on the disc. I remember. I don't know how that happened. I think I was moving stuff onto, and I just put it on my chair, and then I forgot and sat down and I heard this crack, and there goes the Conquerors. Right? My one was pretty cool because my school had a computer class that had just started off. I must have been I'd say about 8, and the teacher there. My ma, now looking back at it, my ma used to just charm anyone to do anything, so she wouldn't have to pay for it. Which now all I could say is, "Way to go, mom!" You know, that's how you game the system. But the teacher there, I think, kind of fancied her, and she said, "Could you get seeing that our school was right next to our house?" She more or less said, "Could you like could you install, could you put together this computer I'm getting for my son for Christmas? And it was a Gateway with 98 on it. I don't know the specs. Nowadays it'd be laughable, but it was a very bog standard bulk PC. But he put it together over a week because there was also this cabinet that came with it that she also got him to do that. And I think he was a little bit pissed off because at the end of it, she just gave him a bottle of wine and said thanks. If he was looking for anything else, he wasn't getting it. But I got a PC dirt cheap, and I got this huge list of games that I already knew what games I wanted. So my ma basically, I already knew Santa wasn't real at that point. So she just said, "You want to come? I wouldn't know what games to get you. So would you like to come with me to the store and just pick out, say, 4 or 5 of them?" And the very first one I got was Call to Power 2. And
Nice.
it was like
I don't know that series.
It's a spin-off.
It's Civilization.
Yeah, it's a spin-off of one of the guys who made Civilization 2. He went off and tried to make his own thing, which the unique thing about Call to Power is that it doesn't stop in the 90s. You go into the future. And the future gets more and more bizarre until eventually you're like it looks like Atlantis at the end of it. You could also build cities on the water. And there were a lot of really cool things like what do you call it? When you build wonders, it had its own.
Yeah, the wonders.
Yeah, the movies that come with the wonders were just brilliant.
Especially the AI entity.
Yeah, or what was it? The matter decompressor, which you put a can into the footage was like you have a can of Coke and then you put it into a machine and out of it comes a toaster and it just looks so cool. Or the eco-terrorist weapon.
Yeah, the eco-fascist Gaia bomb.
Yeah, it destroys the three most polluting cities automatically, even if they're your own.
Replaces them with forest.
Yeah. Or the what do you call it? The nuclear disarmer. And it nanites find the nearest all nuclear weapons on the map and then just turn them off.
That's awesome. I wish they would make it Call to Power 3.
Oh, it would be cool. Oh, I'd love it because the graphics would even be better now. But
only a matter of time.
Like, it looks interesting, but I would like to see a modern make of it.
Even a remaster would be pretty cool. Especially because there's a lot of problems with Call to Power 2. Your map could get completely flooded with cities, and it would just they wouldn't be able to survive on their own because there wouldn't be enough farmland.
Yeah. Like, I would like to see more good quality Civ-like games out there because they're few and far between.
Yeah, you got Pandora, you've got Beyond Earth, you've got...
No, I said quality ones.
Oh. Hey, Pandora's not too bad. Pandora's got a good story.
Pandora is shite.
It has a good story.
Experience, they seem to kind of be building in waves. Like, they'll find an old 4X game that's really good, really well acclaimed, a cult classic, and then everyone will try to remake it, and then eventually one person will succeed, and then everyone will give up and move on to the next one. So the first one was everyone was trying to remake Master of Magic, and eventually we got Age of Wonders 3 out of that. And then everyone was trying to remake Master of Orion. We still don't have a good successor to that. But once we get the Master of Orion successor, I think people are either going to move on to Alpha Centauri or Call to Power style games.
All right, now if Alpha Centauri, oh my god, would just be amazing if they got Alpha Centauri because the storyline was just so well done.
Speaking of Master of Magic ones, have you guys tried? There's this game called Warlocks and Warlocks 2.
I've seen it on GOG.
They've got their problems, but they're pretty good. And they are very Master of Magic like.
62.
Like, they're more Master of Magic like than Age of Wonders 3 was.
Yeah, Fallen Enchantress is probably the most Master of Magic-like, but the issue is it's more of a carbon copy than an adaptation.
Oh, well,
very good, though.
there's no real point to do that then, is there? I've never
But
really.
you can see it Fog of War now.
I mean, there's a point to doing it. It's got updated graphics and UI and stuff.
I'm all the UI definitely is a plus, but I mean, like, there's a lot of take the new Command and Conquer. The AI is still the pathfinding is still shit. Like they'll just go right into like a wall and just stick there. They could have done anything with that, but instead they just upgraded the graphics. That's it. I'm all for upgrading the graphics, but you can do other things as well. You can fix bugs. Like if they remastered Call to Power 2, I'd want the turn system to be completely altered because that got slow as fuck late game. And I would definitely love to see the AI placing of like cities to be very altered as well. But instead they could just turn it into like just a carbon copy of the original, just with better graphics. And I mean, I'd take it. I'd be glad that people are still wanting to play it, but I'd also like to see what's the name of the game? The Caesar games. I'd definitely like to see them get remastered.
Oh yeah, just everything by that game company whose name I'm suddenly Impressions Games.
Oh yeah, Impressions. Upgrade Tactical Marines. Okay, cool. We can do that.
All of Impressions Games played the same. Well, except for one of them, all of them played the same. The issue was they were each in a different setting, so they had that different, subtle difference. This one's ancient Rome. This one's ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, you have to manage the Nile.
Did they have? Were they the ones that made Pharaoh and Cleopatra?
I think so. I know they made like one, and then someone made a 3D spinoff that played very similarly, but it wasn't the same.
You know, a series I thought they really could have done more with was the Civ City Rome one that they made, and that was meant to be the start of something big. Like you would have had Rome, you'd have had China. I think they were going to build a Russia at one point. There was a lot of maybes.
Yeah,
and I would have really liked to see that done more, because it was really cool upgrading your city by making sure that you had like all these different items that people wanted, that all the amenities were sorted. The resource chain.
And Cleopatra.
Yeah. I really liked Cleopatra. I also there's like a Chinese version, isn't there? It's like
yes.
I never played it, but I imagine if I did, I'd really enjoy it.
It's very good. You must manage the feng shui in that one, where you keep the lower classes separated from the higher classes.
Yeah.
And if you can appease the gods, they'll come visit your town and give you special abilities and stuff.
Oh shit! Did any of you ever play the? It was like this. It was this RTS game, 2000s, 3D, and you could go like first person into like a hero that would be like so overpowered they'd be able to like kill like 50 dudes at once. But you'd be able to then zoom out and have like a regular game of like almost like Empire Earth. But then you go first person and you'd be like Alexander. And Alexander would like be so overpowered. Did any of you ever play that? I forget what it's called. Oh, shit. It was a gimmicky game. Like the whole idea would be that you're both a hero and you're commanding like a major army.
Yeah, if it was Age of Empire, or not Age of Empire, if it was Empire Earth-like, then I think I know which one you're talking about. I've just forgotten. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, you could play as Alexander, Cleopatra, Caesar, I think Cyrus.
Okay, I definitely know which one you're talking about. Just let me dig out its name.
Mm.
It was created by the Empire Earth team, The problem with it was they were told that RTS was getting stale. No one was playing it anymore. Everyone's playing action games. So they needed to add an action game mechanic to an RTS, which is how that hero system came into play.
Yeah, it was an interesting idea. There wasn't really much of a shelf life to it, but
Rise and Fall Civilizations of War.
That's the one, yes. They could expand on that maybe, but and they weren't wrong about RTS. RTS was becoming stale because of its it at one point was the dominant force in video games. Like I always say, like old PC games were made for nerds, by nerds for nerds.
And a lot of the old RTS games were just Command and Conquer wearing different skins.
Yeah, like KKND Crossfire, Dune, which of course Dune was made by
Dune was the precursor.
Yeah, that's great. I love watching the cutscenes for that. That's some good
Crush,
shit.
Kill, and Destroy, Earth 2140,
Total Annihilation.
Total Annihilation.
Yeah,
but not Total Annihilation Kingdoms. We don't speak of that one.
Or do you remember Z, or is it Zed?
Oh yeah, Zed.
Yeah.
There's also Hogs of War.
Oh, I loved Hogs of War. They got the guy from Porridge, which is a sitcom in the 90s here in the UK. He did the narration. Remember the host when you're playing like a skirmish match with another person?
Yeah.
Every time you kill someone, he mocks you. There was that, and they got John Cleese in as well to be the over voice. Remember that? That was made by the same guys who made Worms. That was some crazy shit. Anyway, Krendar, want to do this one more mission and call it a day?
Is he back yet?
Oh, is he gone?
He ran for the restroom.
Ah. Well, I'll ask when he comes back. No, there was a lot of great games like that. It was so cool to when you look back at it, there was just this golden age of RTS games.
Yeah,
but and same with like role playing games, because again, nerds, whether it be point and click sort of Moon Puzzle, King Quest, or more like the Ultima series. Nowadays, PC games, they're far more accessible, so they have to reach out to a broader audience, which is pretty cool because we got a lot of games, a lot of different varieties, as well as games that like appeal to the old school. But like the age of the RTS, that's done. It probably won't come back. And God help you if you're
there are still indies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's still going to be ones that are. There's still going to be ones that appear. But
yeah, one game you might like just because of its mechanics, not because it's necessarily good. It's just very, very interesting. Is Executive Assault.
Executive Assault.
Yeah, it's a how do I best describe this? You own a mega corporation. You are the CEO. It is in a first-person shooter perspective when you start, and you are just a corporate suit, and you have a revolver on you. You then go to your office, you sit down at your computer, and it engages in an RTS mode where you build factories, mass-produce infantry, and try and storm the enemy base. The issue is, unlike RTS games, you don't just shoot the outside of the building until the building explodes. Instead, you fight past the guards and you have to enter the building. Then you can hit a button and it goes into a first-person shooter mode where you're playing as one of the robots through your computer terminal. And you lead your squad kind of like a tactics game like SWAT, or Star Wars Republic Commando, as you move through the building to try and get to the executive office, where you then have to duel off and try and execute the enemy CEO.
Damn. Kind of has, kind of reminds me a little bit of, did you ever play the Godfather game?
I have not.
You went to war with the other families while doing the main storyline, but you would take over their stuff by, like, obviously killing them or bribing them or whatever. And you constantly had to, like, you start off small. You'd go for say little shops and things like that. Maybe blow them up. Maybe buy them out. But then by the end of it, if you built up enough strength, you can like attack another one's like factory or warehouse, and you have to fight inside it and like do different objectives. But you'd like be building up your own cred within like the Corleone family, and you'd end up having like your own team to come with.
That sounds cool.
The game itself had a lot of problems, but the core mechanic was great. At the end of it, you could even like take out their compound, which is like they all look like the Corleone compound, and it was just full of people. It was this slow like march to take over the city, and you could really feel like every time you took over a like a shop to give you protection money, you'd start getting like a whole lot more money in your one. But of course, if you're really like a small part of the wider Corleone family, you had to like pay massive fees to the family. But as you did better, you'd end up paying less and less and less, and eventually they'd start paying you money. It was like this. It was this real like impressive corporate ladder-esque sort of thing. But when you were mentioning there, it kind of also reminded me of. Did you ever play Syndicate?
Yes.
I remember playing that. I think on the PlayStation, Syndicate Wars, I think it was, and it had that sort of top-down dungeon keeper look to it, but it was all in like the cyberpunk future. That was really cool. Same with
Bullfrog.
Yeah, same with Mob. Not Mafia. Was it Mob? Was it Mafia? No, Mafia was
Gangsters.
Gangsters. That's the one.
I have that one installed right now.
Oh, nice. I thought that was pretty cool. The way like you do like drive-bys, like your car would go by, and you just fire. You see him like firing a Tommy gun outside, but then like he just keep driving back and forth, and it didn't look the best. But it was like there was a lot of really interesting ideas that came out of that time period that nowadays no one would really give a shit about. But save for a few like super nerds like us. And God help you if you're into grand strategy games like me. If you don't like Hearts of Iron, you don't like those games. You ain't got much other choices. Oh.
I like my RTS games especially. I'm also a big fan of roguelikes just because they're always different each time you play them.
Yeah, I can see
the actual roguelikes.
Yeah, there's a big if there. I imagine then you're a big fan of Thief.
I liked Thief. I never got too heavily into it, which surprises me. I did get into Hitman though.
Oh, Hitman was great. I always loved Hitman 2 on the PS2. That was
I liked Blood Money.
Absolution, I think was it was either Absolution or it was one of the slightly newer ones that was free on GOG not too long ago. I haven't played it yet. I just downloaded it. I liked. There was so many really cool ways of doing it. I always remember the one where you're in that healthcare center in India, and you have to kill the female doctor, and there's so many ways of doing it. And then I realized you can pretend that you're like a admirer of her, and leave flowers in her bedroom. And she goes out onto the balcony to smell the flowers and ponder about like who this secret admirer is, right into the line of sight of your sniper rifle. Yeah, blow her head right off. Or in 2, there was the one where you had to kill the other agent, and he sets up a trap for you. You go inside the building, aim for the main target, and it's a cardboard cutout of him. And like it draws your fire draws like his fire, and you start a sniper duel. I love that game. I wasn't very good at it, but every once in a while I'd really like buckle down and try to do it correctly.
I'm so bad, but it's so good.
Is Krendar back yet?
Oh, I've been back for 5 minutes, but I haven't had a chance to say anything.
Hi.
We've been waiting.
I have in fact returnulated.
Great stuff. Do you want to do this one last mission and call it a day?
Sure.
Okay. We've already listened to this dude.
Between you lads, I can't get a word in.
I'm sorry, we've been nerding it up.
Nah, that's good.
If you want to add to the nerd, like help yourself, like.
Well, like I said, when I get a chance to get a word in.
Floor is open.
Well, now it is. But anyway, let's play.
Okay. Alright. So this one we have to get to the oh yeah, they take down the bridge. Whoa. Lag.
Hold on.
Lag.
You've entered into the map without me again.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh, that might be the problem.
End mission. Yeah.
Glitchy ass game.
Whee! And away we go. Client disconnected. There, sent the. I sent it. I did.
Oh, unknown join event. Let's try that again.
Okay. We can't have a single Dawn of War without this happening.
Happened again. I'm gonna quit out and reload the game.
All right.
I'm just gonna look through my log and if there's anything else that could work as a multiplayer stream event.
I'm trying to think how many multiplayer.
That doesn't take forever.
I'm trying to think of a multiplayer game I have. I've got Red Dead 2, but I want to finish the main story first before I play that. Let's see. I'm sure I've got one or two. I definitely have a lot of like strategy games I can play multiplayer on. Age of Empires 2, the latest version. I've got the latest version of the
try
one
again.
before that as well. I gotta get back playing that.
I'm just looking for a combination of what I have that I can share, that I can run, that's semi-interesting to watch.
Now it's doing the thing where it won't maximize the invites.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What did you have to do to clear that up before?
I think I just quit and went back in.
All right, try that.
All right, well, I sent you one last invite. If it doesn't work.
There we go. That time it worked.
Right.
Oh, no, unknown join event. Try doing your quit out then, because I just did mine.
Okay, exit to save it, exit to Windows. Yes.
Bloody hell.
I noticed they gave you a Steam community button right down there in the corner. Almost like they knew this thing would be glitched as fuck. Actually, while I'm waiting here,
right?
Let's just have a look real quick at some of my ones. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Odyssey. But I've got a good few games that have multiplayer modes, but Borderlands. I've got Borderlands. Company of Heroes.
Oh, I have SWAT 4.
I've seen so many people play SWAT, but every time I've seen it, I'm like, oh, that would not appeal to me.
It's so good. It's just so weird. It's a first-person shooter with realistic taking a bullet results.
I just always remember Spoonie playing it, and someone threw a flashbang in a room, and he's like, "No, my eyes, you fool!"
Always wedge the door behind you so they can't sneak around.
Oh, Spoonie.
How the mighty have fallen.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Let's try that again, shall we?
Well, if I could get it working, I have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
What, pod racing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It has Connect to IP multiplayer.
I don't have it, but a part of me kind of does. You know, a game I do have, but I've never actually played it. I've got both X-Wing and TIE Fighter, the original ones.
Same. I played them very briefly, though.
I'm not big into those type of games.
The thing is that I
You
don't
get
want to
bored
play
real
them with
fast.
keyboard and mouse. I want to play them with like a controller or hell, even a joystick. I don't have a joystick, but. Whee!
I mean, if you can find somebody to do those with, go for it. But that person is not me.
Yeah. I don't want to have to go through the learning curve as well.
Hey, do you see what I got on Martellus now? Got me a Melta.
You do. You're welcome. I didn't ask.
I will actually be at least mildly useful against vehicles now.
Well, here's a perfect example to get started.
Yes.
And I will keep looking.
I like it with the Lord General, because you get his 2 bodyguards and they've all got Meltas.
Yeah.
If you give the Lord General himself one, that is.
Yeah, Emperor has multiplayer. I forgot about that. That's the Chinese Sim City styled game.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard of it. How do you multiplayer a Sim City?
Well, each of you are building your own cities, but the issue is there's only so much land. So you can build up a little army inside your city to try and conquer the enemy's land.
That doesn't sound co-op to me.
It's not, I'm sorry, it's versus.
But
it is a city.
I know how to. There is actually a way you can play multiplayer SimCity where it's co-op. You're in charge of different districts, and you have to share the resources. Because early SimCity actually had that. It was like the first ever multiplayer for Sims, and it was like this was original SimCity. So it was like top down, like icons.
Imagine setting
everywhere.
it up like ministries, like you've got like a housing minister, an industrial minister, commercial minister.
Obviously, it was like just water and power and things like that. But you needed like, let's say you needed power. Well, you're gonna have to pay the dude to get a bunch of resources going. I don't know how you'd be able to set it up today. The servers are probably all on like fan made stuff, and it's almost certainly like not going to be the most stable, but you know.
I know Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale have working multiplayer.
Oh, I don't want to play. I definitely don't want to play Icewind Dale alone. I very briefly did.
Can I play as Boo?
Probably.
Well, I'd be definitely down for playing.
For the eyes button.
If we did play Icewind Dale, it's a party of 6, so if there's 3 of us, each of us would get 2 characters.
I'm okay with that. I just, I usually get mobbed by, mobs early on if I'm playing it by myself, so it would be nice to actually have a chance to at least leave the town that you start off in. Ezreal, seeing that you clearly know your shit, did you ever play Empire of the Fading Suns?
Let me see if that has a different name somewhere.
Is it? Yeah, I think it's Empire of the Fading Suns. Either Empire of the Fading Suns or Empire of the Falling or Dying Suns or something like that. It's just the biggest knockoff of 40k outside of StarCraft.
Empire of the Fading Sun, and no, but I have looked it up now.
It is imagine a 40k version of like Civilization. Every single time, every single map is its own map, and you have to.
I mean, I've already played Gladius.
It's very similar to Gladius, but imagine then you also had like a star map where you had to like control different planets and things like that, and like this little like all these families. It's more like Dune in that respect. It's like families all at each other's throats, and this really like oppressive religion. But then you've got aliens that want to like manipulate, and you've got like all these factions. Well, all the while you're trying to become emperor. It's very, very cool. It's very basic, but it was like done on a shoestring budget, but it's huge, and it becomes like almost unwieldy, the sheer amount of like worlds that you have to control. It's a bit like, imagine if when playing Stellaris and you're invading a world, you actually then go to a game of, say, Gladius. And
that is a lot.
Yeah, each world would have to be its own mini game of Gladius. Well, try that, but instead use Civilization 2 graphics.
That sounds like a long-ass playthrough.
Yeah, I've heard people say playthroughs can last as much as years. Plural.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that does not seem appealing to me.
That's
like that.
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, it would become your life. You start having like your own. It'd be like those dudes who made their own version of 1984 on like Civilization.
Buy yourself an upgrade there, by the way.
It sounds like the kind of game I'd play for like a weekend and then say, you know, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That is way too damn much.
I'm also a big fan of the those sort of those like space trading 4X games like X Beyond the Frontier or Elite Dangerous. But
I'm not sure if I've ever tried any of those.
You never tried Elite Dangerous?
No, that doesn't appeal to me at all.
It appeals to me the same way as people like whenever I play like Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator. I like the idea of being told to go to this area to drop off this supply and getting paid. It's very straightforward, but it feels like rewarding. Except unlike Euro Truck and American Truck, you get attacked by pirates or get thrown into a black hole. It'd be a bit weird if you were driving.
That reminds me a little bit of what I like about Satisfactory is you go out to find your mining nodes, but then you can build it up automated, and when you come back, it just keeps going on its own.
Can you not turn it off?
Yeah, but why would you want to?
I suppose. It's like a perpetual motion machine. Look at that turret there. Look at it glitching out. It doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Fine with me.
I know. Oh, I think at this point they knew the writing was on the wall for Relic, and they were like, you know what? So what if it's not finished? We're already eyeing up new companies to join.
So going through my list of games I have extra copies of, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the old one.
Yeah, that's the better one, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the good one.
Yeah, with space battles where you can go inside ships and plant bombs. And I know you can do it in the other one, but the new one, but glitched as fuck. So.
Hey, I see a bill. Yes, Star Citizen is still vaporware. Yep.
Yeah, Star Citizen. Every time someone talks about it, it just starts like a wider conversation of, hey, maybe you should just give it a little while longer. I think they've got plenty of time at this point.
Man,
and
I can't wait till Star Citizen comes out in 2055.
It's become the same sort of joke as Half-Life 3, and now with Alex, that's become less of a joke. Like it's very possible.
And more of something that makes you literally cry.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex looks awesome, but why are they pumping out other Half-Life stuff that's not Half-Life 3?
Because prequels sell. As long as it isn't Hunt Down the Freeman.
You know what else would sell? Half-Life 3.
It would definitely sell. Although, you know, I'm actually getting a vibe that when Half-Life 3 comes out, it's going to be a Duke Nukem Forever sort of thing, where it's been in development hell for so long that it's completely out of touch.
Yeah.
Could have been so
and I
good,
still
but now
enjoyed
it
Duke
just
Nukem
sucks.
3, but it was not
Yeah,
what it could have been.
That was just a gimmick. It's like, hey, all these things happened over the years since we finished our last Duke Nukem game, so why don't we just have every single one of them all crammed together? And it just became the old Xbox arcade. Like there was a lot of mini games that just weren't connected to each other. And
by the way, I got to give credit to Bill in chat. He says at least No Man's Sky got off the ground. That's a great pun.
Yeah. And knowing Bill, he probably didn't even plan it. It just happen naturally
I've
that
heard
way.
it redeemed itself, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
I have it on the wish list though. I'm just waiting for a really good sale.
what, No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
I
want it
played
to drop
it
below
when it
30
came
bucks.
out on the PlayStation, and I was so disappointed.
If you've not yet, I'd say to watch the Internet Historian's documentary on it.
Yeah, I don't honestly. Although I've actually heard, in all fairness, I have heard that it's gotten a lot better now. Like, it's actually playable.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
the
it
only
was
reason it's on my wish list at all.
yeah, but No Man's Sky was so hyped up, and you could tell that time, even a big, massive company like say Activision or EA, they couldn't pull off the shit they were promising.
Yeah, I feel like Satisfactory is the game that No Man's Sky should have been, but wasn't.
I heard someone say that No Man's Sky was going to be, it was going to be Minecraft in space, but better.
Right, which is what Satisfactory is.
I'm sure I have a Starbound joke lying around here somewhere.
No, that's Terraria in space.
But
without the better part.
I didn't know this, but Animancer and JDarK have this huge rivalry over what's better, Terraria or Minecraft.
Terraria.
That's a total non-question. Yeah, it's straight up Terraria.
One's an actual game, and the other is just 3D.
Yes. Exactly.
I never played Terraria, but I did play Minecraft, and I'm not hooked on Minecraft. I think it's a really cool tool.
Well, here's the thing: we call Terraria. People call Terraria 2D Minecraft, but oh, by the way, look what I've got for us.
They call it 2D
Here
Minecraft after glancing at it because they see it has mining and crafting.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Deviant Thule wanted to join us.
Hi, Thule.
Nice. Actually, let me go dig up my Terraria review I left on Steam just because I was such a dick about it. Like, let me prove that it's better with math.
Math proves everything.
Yeah, so this is an outdated review. This was posted 5 years ago, and they have since given the game 3 more overhauls. So, back in the day, 5 years ago, Minecraft had 350 unique items. Terraria had 3,646. Minecraft had 21 enemies. Terraria had 401.
That's one of my problems with Minecraft is the combat is absolute shit.
Yeah. Minecraft had 2 bosses.
Terraria had 30.
Terraria's got more like 12 now.
On the note of being designed for combat, though, Minecraft has 6 weapons. Terraria has 1,360.
Did you see the Spiffing Brits last video on Terraria where you can completely gimp the system? I mean, his whole thing is just it's like seashells, and you just keep spamming seashells at like a constant rate. And seashells are like so useless, but you can get like 10,000 of them in like a few seconds, and then just sell them for like a single gold and just crash the game.
Yeah. Oh, and the other funny thing about the whole Minecraft Terraria argument, Minecraft was released at $27 and it never goes on sale. Terraria was released at $10 and is often half to 75% off.
That's just, you can't argue with math.
You know what?
The numbers don't lie.
You can complain all you want, but we know the real winner of this is going to be Roblox.
Yeah, but can you play Pong in Terraria, though?
You casual, the true winner is Infiniminer.
Is that the shareware free one that was made by a bunch of anarchists? There's one that's of all people, Vosh was being yelled at by one of his fans. Who was he almost sounded like he was shilling for this company. And he was like, "How dare you play a game that was made by a company and while still claiming to be an anarchist?" Which Voss is like, "Okay, that's a stupid argument, but let's keep going with it. What else you got?" And he's like, "You should use this free to play game that's Minecraft, but it's free. It's not only free, but it's made by like this workers co-op." And he's like, "Yeah, that's cool, Noel, but it's not Minecraft. So what do you want me
Not
to do?"
sure if that's the same. What I know of Infinifactory, Infiniminer, is it was made by Zachtronics as an educational tool, and then Minecraft just straight up ripped it off.
Well, Minecraft
got inspired by.
Well, hell, it also got inspired by the imps mining shit in Dungeon Keeper.
Yep.
Which I don't blame them. That is so satisfying to go into possession mode and just start mining, especially blind, and you just start going forward and you don't know what you're gonna get, and eventually you wander into like an area full of like cannons and shit like that, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
I should really finish.
Have you guys ever played this one called A Game of Dwarves?
Yeah, let me know.
It's a Dungeon Keeper type game, but I would just go into the map and just like clear mine the 90% of every floor, like every layer of the map.
Okay, I have not. I have
because it's like Dungeon Keeper, but you can dig downwards into multiple layers. It's actually quite good.
It looks like it wants to be Dwarf Fortress.
It's just Dwarf Fortress light, but yeah. I would really just strip mine the whole map out, and I would leave myself just enough ground to climb back up to base, like a few squares of land with ladders on each level.
All right, so we should get the second
gift. Destroy that place.
Have a look at the second gift of the artificer and make your mind up.
Let's see.
Do you want it in here? Martellus Bolter Gun, Dominy's Thunderhammer, Bolter for the Ancient.
Bolter, Melta, Thunderhammer. Ooh. Well, I would say probably either the Thunderhammer or the Melta. I don't know what you're.
I'll take
the you are with it.
I'll take the Thunderhammer, and you can have the Contemplation of the Codex on whoever the hell you want.
All right.
That way we
picked it on Martellus because I like him better.
Okay.
Although I'm not as mad at Cyrus in this game as I was
cannot dispose this item.
Can what?
There we are. That was weird.
That's weird. Very strange.
Thunderhammer. Woo!
Oh, this will be a nice ability. Silent recovery. Cyrus automatically infiltrates while unconscious and slowly recovers health.
Oh, that's cool. Just considering how often he gets passed out, it's almost like they knew you'd need that.
Also, we got some specialty ammo for totally not Tarkus.
Yeah. Only problem is he's got a missile launcher now, so it's completely useless to him.
True.
But anyway, we can sort that out in the next one. Save.
True.
And exit the Windows.
It's true.
It's true. That's true. Oh, I showed Jenna Body Mind also to Metal Monkey, and
to who?
Chris, my roommate.
Okay, yeah.
And he, I think you've talked to him once or twice. He pops into the chat now and again. Yeah, and he just, it was the same as when like You Deserve an Oscar and Cheesecake happened. He kind of just stared into the middle distance like. It was like he did not know what to make of them. Although he said
he was having so much trouble processing it that he just shut down for a moment.
Yeah. But he said something interesting. The woman, the daughter, the one always saying that's true, she looked a spitting image of Tom Cruise's ex-wife, the one who got him into Scientology.
Oh God.
And I can't remember her name, but I think he's right. I think she looks very similar to that. Oh, Injustice is also currently free on Steam.
Never really got much into that one.
Well, it's free, so
But,
at the very
but
least,
free
snag
is
it all.
free.
Yeah.
Is it free permanently though?
Yeah,
Like
if
if I
it's on
claim it, will I keep it?
Steam, often doesn't do that. It's too
For Injustice, yes. If you redeem it now, you keep it forever.
Well, might as well then, eh?
Oh, hell yeah. Builders of Egypt Prologue. That's also currently free. I like the map of Egypt. That's pretty cool. Titanfall, Injustice. All right, so I'm not even going to get to any of that cheese. I'm literally just going to crawl into bed now. It's 10 o'clock. That's late enough. Success. You haven't bought this game. Good for me. Yay.
Oh,
No.
Builders of Egypt has a demo. That's nice. You know, there was a while there was many years there where nobody made demos anymore.
I know. It was
Pissed me off.
yeah, like I remember when I was like a kid, I used to get that PlayStation magazine that always gave you the free demo disc.
Demo disc?
With like
Yeah.
5 or 6 different demos on it.
Jam pack.
Oh,
Those are useful.
That was great. That's also where you got all the cheat codes as well. It like the whole
actually,
back
I'm really
of it
glad
was
that
just...
Builders of Egypt has a demo because I'm not sure how I feel about this game. It might be good, it might not, but the demo will answer that question.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of a demo is to
exactly
to let you know if it's
try
good
it out.
or not.
Yeah.
But I used to love. Do you remember on the PlayStation 1, the old demo disc? It came with like a few trailers, and to show off the graphic engine, it also had like the manta ray and the T-Rex moving. And you could rotate it, and you could make the T-Rex do shit, and it was really cool. That one in particular also was great. It had what was the name of that block game where like it was like 3D Tetris, but your little dude would get crushed if you
I don't know.
It was just this wall of blocks.
Be right back.
Well, I'm actually going to wrap up anyway, so
yeah,
I'll finish this dialogue after. But yeah, Krendar. So, do you have anything you want to shill? His link is in the description down below, folks. So
yeah, we're gonna be doing some more retro style game tonight. We're gonna start a new thing called Cow the Kangaroo that I've never seen before.
Never
but
even
reminds
heard
me
of
of
this.
like old Spyro-y style type stuff.
Oh, cool.
Or something vaguely similar from that kind of PS2.
Yeah, the sort of
platforming era.
Or Banjo-Kazooie sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks kind of like that. So I figure, give that a little whirl. It was on sale for very little money, and the Steam reviews seem to be pretty positive about it. So
there's something that's dying off. I'll wait until Ezreal comes back and I'll let him chill out and he wants. But there's something that's dying off. The mascot platformer. It's really
true, yeah.
Because that used to be the main game, like Mario and Sonic and all that.
There was another one that came out a couple years ago,
Hat in Time.
Super Lucky's Tale, but it didn't really take off. It was fun, but it didn't really get a lot of press,
Yeah.
It was pretty easy. I enjoyed it, but I was also glad I played it for free.
I get that.
I don't think I would have paid more than maybe $15 for it, but it was fun. It was just kind of short.
What is your favorite mascot game? If you had to pick one.
Probably Banjo-Kazooie.
You know what? I had a feeling you'd say that. I only played it a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie, but even I realized that all the other ones, they're cool, but Banjo-Kazooie was something very special.
Hold on. Let me clarify the question. Does Ratchet and Clank count?
Ooh, I suppose
I am back.
It kind of does.
Because if Ratchet and Clank counts, then that's hands down my answer.
All right, fair enough.
Ratchet and Clank was excellent, and I'm really looking forward to the new one.
Yeah, with all the alternate dimensions.
Yeah, that looks neat.
Ezreal, two things. Number one, favorite mascot game of all time.
Oh, Sonic.
Which one?
I don't think we can be friends anymore, Ezreal.
Probably either 3 or Adventure 2, depending on if you want me to pick between 2D or 3.
I suppose it wouldn't make much of a difference because the same principle's the same. I was always big into Sonic and Knuckles, the one where you had to get the different cartridge. Yeah, God, I felt like my mind was blown. That was the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis all over near the end of its life. Just gimmicks thrown on top of it. Like, get yourself an ungodly, like, different thing to put on top of it, and then you put the disc in, or the game. But yeah, alright, so, Sonic, fair enough. And also, do you have anything you want to shill?
I have an RPG server, but hey, we got, 3 people who aren't me watching?
Yeah, so, if you check out... If you want, I can put the link to that in the description. I just have your...
Sure.
Yeah, keep in mind as well, Ezreal, that while this was a live stream, it will become a video on demand and when we're finished.
Yeah.
So other people can still see
we'll get some legacies in the future.
I tossed the link into the chat for easy copying.
Oh, great. Okay. So, yeah, it's been fun. This is the first time I've actually talked to you there, Ezreal. You're pretty cool. I can definitely...
It's the first time I've talked to him via voice, but we've known each other in Discord for quite a while now.
A lot of firsts.
Via Girl Does Rants Discord initially.
Yeah. Look at Girly bringing all us together, all us freaks and weirdos and neckbeards and handsome Irishmen, very handsome Irishmen. Extremely handsome Irishman. But yeah, I will be back. I actually don't know. Like I said, I want to stream more throughout the week. I know I'm just gonna go straight to sleep. When I wake up, I'll feel a bit better. So when I do that, maybe I'll play something Age of Empires even, or more DP or PG, or...
I know how you feel. I always have to do that after I go on Pimp Monk's show because it's so early. I have to get up earlier than normal to go there.
Yeah, that must...
I always need a nap afterwards.
Yeah, that must set you... I can't do naps. I have to go full 100% into sleep or not. Otherwise, I wake up and I somehow feel worse.
Yeah. I mean, it's at 11 a.m. my time, so it's not like it's a crazy time, but it's just that I tend to stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning. So
my sleep means that I can't really get to watch it live because by the time I'm awake, he's already streamed it.
I'll just dig through my spare library for some good co-op games.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, might as well. There's no reason this has to be the only time you pop in.
Yeah.
And like I said, once we're finished with Retribution, there'll be more opportunities. We also need to get Luca.
Probably a week or two.
Yeah. We also want to get Luca back in as well. It's been too long. Need to play
he's a good bloke.
And also see about Chaos Gamer. See about him probably playing more Age of Empires. Although the servers, the way they crash all the time. Ugh. I'm not a happy camper there. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm procrastinating. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like the stream, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Check the links down below for our Discord. You'll find the link also to Krendar and Ezreal down there. Find the link to our Instagram and find a link to our Stream of Labs. With that said, I am out. I've got a date with a very, very unkept bed. I know what I have to do when I wake up in the morning, and it won't be pleasant because chores suck. You can almost say they're a chore. Hope this hasn't been a chore, though.
I wouldn't say that.
So, with that said,